your morning star right. News, views, inspiration, and great conversations. From Accra to the world,
This
we bring
is GhanaTalks
fresh
Breakfast Show,
stories,
your morning
fresh energy
companion.
every morning.
This
Full
is
of fire
GhanaTalks
and
Breakfast Show,
glory.
your morning companion.
Rise and shine, come join the line. Your day begins when the voices align.
Good morning, Ghana. Welcome to the first segment of the breakfast show on GhanaTalks Radio, where we discuss issues that concern or matter to the state and also to the ordinary Ghanaian, from social issues to politics to business. And you see, we don't do this alone. We have our knowledgeable panelists in the house that are going to help us, dissect, bisect, and also bring their views and opinions on stories that, as I said, matter to us right here in the country. And so you can join us, or you can join in the conversation via all social media platforms, from Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, and as well you can also download the GTR app on Google Play Store, yes, or Apple Store, yes. So you can download our radio and also get to hear what is going on right here in the studio. Before I move to my panelists for us to discuss topical issue for today, we'd like to go through some stories that we have in the front page today. And so this morning we are starting with Daily Guide. Sedina Tama Close, Steel Cage, Kwache Ofosu, NPP and NDC lock horns over democracy demonstration, quarter crash anniversary. Achimota Forest prayer camp fee increased to 10 Ghana cedis. And the National Enquirer, Fed D War and Mancha throws weight behind Ghana Medical Trust Fund and also pledges support to the Chronicle. IMF warns Ghana over reliance on gold export as very dangerous. To the Ghanaian Time, President Mahama inspires African Caribbean youth to become problem solvers. And also negotiations begin on flagship water corridor project. Water quality improves slightly, but illegal mining still a threat. And also head teacher battling with his life after the Obuasi Senior Technical School has been temporarily closed down. And also to the Hack newspaper, we've lost our brain. Mustafa Hamid admits NDC has overtaken the New Patriotic Party intellectually and says he wants to be the bridge to bring academic back. Mohammed's 2 cedis diesel cut revives Akufo-Addo's 4 billion cautioning. This is from the New Patriotic Party. And to the Daybreak newspaper, it says Ghana has sufficient fuel stock. This is from the National Petroleum Authority. IMF blows the cover of gold bond losses, records 14.5 million of every $100 of gold purchased. And also to the Metro Lens, a good man gone too soon, and this has to do with today marks exactly 1 year since we lost 8 gallant men as a result of illegal mining, and Dr. Mani Boama was one of them. To the Daily Movement, Sami James strips off Kofi Bento naked, over 200 million lies. Gold board is Ghana's gold story. Let's build it together. Not yet it's down. Okay, so we also have Pentecost University lecturer hails President Mohammed's 2 Ghana cedi fuel cut. And to the business analyst, 2 jailed 20 years for trafficking Nigerians into cybercrime. Gold Boss CEO threatens legal action over 200 million missing cash allegations. To the archives, Obuasi's secondary technical school headmaster alleged Rachel baby exhumed. Police confirm body is male infant estimated to 2 to 3 days old. Youth Ministry partner for industry-driven skills training, and also rented ghetto boys and girls lead the MPP demonstration today. So this is what we have on the front page of each of the papers. We look through the Hack newspaper, the Ghanaian Times, the Chronicles, the National Enquirer, and also the Daily Guide. And so we'll end it here, and then I'll move straight to Studio B to meet my beautiful ladies. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
How are we doing?
Yeah, good vibes.
But I'm on. Okay.
Atemo.
How are you?
I'm fine, your side.
I'm good.
Let's
Miss
go.
Nabi, how are you doing?
I'm also doing good. Yeah.
I'm fine. Hope you had enough rest, or you didn't.
I did.
I heard Rock saying that he wished today is
Friday.
Friday. I don't know whether it's same for you.
Mm-hmm.
Is it same for you, Miss
Yeah,
Regina?
I wish.
Really? You wish today is Friday?
Yes.
She's second, I third.
Oh, I see. But do you have reasons to that, or maybe just because?
Fridays are always, should I say, pleasing to the ear, especially if you're a corporate worker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it because we get to work rest only on
Friday,
Saturday, and Sunday.
In fact, Sundays we don't rest,
Yes,
because
we
the
don't.
moment you get to Sunday, then wakuma ju
Yeah.
boom.
Monday is just at the back of the
Exactly.
door, and then about 12 a.m. You know that Monday is
No.
in. Okay, so we'll move straight to our topics for discussion. The head teacher of Obuasi Senior High Technical School, Abdullah Zakaria, is receiving treatment at the Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital in Kumasi after he was allegedly attacked by a group of students following claims surrounding the alleged burial of a fetus. According to reports, tensions escalated on the school campus after some students alleged the headmaster had been seen burying a fetus in a nearby bush. The students further claimed the incident was connected to an alleged abortion involving a student. Sources familiar with the incident said the allegations sparked outrage among the students, who reportedly mobilized in the early hours of Wednesday and confronted the head teacher. He was allegedly assaulted during the confrontation and sustained injuries that required urgent medical attention. Some school property was also vandalized during the disturbance. The injured head teacher was subsequently rushed to the Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital, where he is currently receiving treatment. His condition has not been officially disclosed. Meanwhile, police have deployed in large numbers to the school to restore calm. Officers have reportedly exhumed the body, believed to be that of a baby, from location identified by the students as part of ongoing investigations. The incident has disrupted academic activities at the school, with teaching and learning halted as investigators continue their work. Students remain under heightened security while authority assess the situation. Police are yet to issue an official statement confirming the circumstances surrounding the alleged discovery or the claims made against the headmaster. The allegation remains under investigation. So yesterday we heard of, I don't know whether to call this unfortunate or a tragic incident, where we saw students and like a group of aggressive students assaulting their head teacher. That is because they've alleged that the head teacher they've noticed that he has been having an affair with some of the students in the school. And anytime pregnancy or something pops up, they are being advised to abort the baby. But in this case, the student gave birth, and then it's alleged that the headmaster went to bury it. Is it fetus or fetus? Fetus, yes. He went to bury it. But then the police went there. They were able to dig dig it out, and then in a way, evidences are clear, but still, the issue is still under investigation. Miss Regina, what do you have to say about this?
I'm disappointed. Shocked that this is what is going on in our schools these days. Pardon me.
Don't worry, that's fine.
Okay, so this is what is going on in our schools these days. Our school grounds are supposed to be a safe ground, especially for our female and male kids who are in school. And we always talk about indiscipline in our schools. I think it's high time the Ghana Education Service also have to start disciplining some of these students. Some of these teachers, head teachers, supervisors, house mistresses, house master, and any other adult who has refused to be an adult and has this peanuts of a brain. If you want to indulge yourself in rituals, the school ground is not the best place to do that. But these people find it so comfortable to do that because they have a lot of targets, and that targets are most of the times these female students. And most of these female students also do not feel safe themselves, and some of them are also a problem, because sometimes these people behave more than how adults even behave. But that shouldn't be a ground as to why a headmaster who is an adult, who is an uncle, who is a father is supposed to behave that way. When yesterday I saw the issue, I condemned the Kids Act. I condemned them. That's even if it's true, I felt that it's not true. They shouldn't have done that. But this morning, realizing that it is true, and then me say no. But let's condemn the act that the kids shouldn't have taken matters into their own hands. They should have gone out, report to any law enforcer, come to the school and arrest this head teacher. But for you to go as far as assaulting and brutalizing him is a no, and it's wrong. It is assault and it is against our laws. And 6 of them have been arrested, and I'm hoping as time goes on they'll arrest all the people involved, because I can say omo ye nkola san nkola na omo ye no munyi be penyumbone. Look at what happened to Major Mahama. This same group of people, not as in the same students, but the same set of issue, or how would I put it? Like a scenario, something of that sort happened to him, and for him, unfortunately, he lost his life. So we shouldn't wait for another life to be lost before we take measures. So the students need to be, your friend is saying, sanctioned. They need to be discipline, and also to the head teacher when you put this or bed them, because what he did is equal to murder. Because the child is alive, even if it's dead. Is it the school ground that you are supposed to bury a baby? A baby 2 to 3 days. The baby is not dead, the baby is fresh, very fresh, still alive and kicking. So it means the ritual claims there's something attached to it. And I heard one video of one student saying, oni eda. We shouldn't normalize this trend of teachers, male teachers, female teachers, and also head teachers sleeping with the kids. That is not why we are in school. That is not what we are there for. Me, fortunately for me, when I went to school, no one brought excuse me to say that nonsense in front of me. Because if you have done it, hey, I'm gonna make you medi. I also went to a private school. I'm gonna make you medi. So I think it's high time they set a record that any teacher who indulges in this has a punishment. And there should also be a punishment for students who indulge in these activities with the teachers. we should stop normalizing the fact that the male adult is an adult and is supposed to act like one. But we should also know the fact say imbani bi wo ha omo so yedin. They should also have a punishment. We've seen videos of some of these students who willingly are being touched by some of these teachers. I saw one video, I think it popped up last year, where this young, very young, she was sitting on the laps of the head teacher.
And the small lady, yeah. Yeah, that was
what shows
year.
that this person was
not,
forced.
Yeah, she's enjoying it.
But even though that she was not forced, it is wrong.
Yeah.
It is wrong because she's a minor. And out of the school compound, fine, it is your life. But once you're in the school compound, you need to abide by the rules there. See, we've really normalized it. Now, when people are even getting married, they have the business to say, I was not me and the math teacher. Me and the math teacher na me hunu na me pair no and na ya trim da fiti SS.
Yeah. It is now the new trend.
It is now the new trend. Once you say the teacher dated the students, but it's
have
a
the
flex
pictures and everything
exactly. Now it is a flex. It's not supposed to be a flex. When it comes to Ghana, we take a lot of things for granted, honestly. But when we go outside Ghana, they don't do their things like that. Hey. They are very disciplined. They are very strict. The law enforcers know what exactly they are doing. How can a head teacher who is supposed to be heading almost like how many students?
So you, in a way, you are a father to the student,
and you are sleeping with these children old enough to be your kids,
grandkids,
grandfather and
grandpa.
And you are sleeping with them.
So I think it should also it says one day, it's like the teacher was assaulted by the males in the school, which they know what is going on.
So the blow up is him burying the child. I think someone appeared on it or something. So that gingered them to go and attack the teacher, the head teacher.
No. Somebody that they were questioning Adrian. Oh, we not cover on yes, but honestly, that resetting his brain.
Who's a married?
Next, yes, a pattern for Giaba.
Yeah. And Miss Nabi, what does this say about the safety of our students in our schools? Because I know that every parent that sends their ward to school, they have it in mind that they are safe and secured. We've seen instances where teachers are taking, should I say they're taking advantage, or it is the new normal? In the science lab, we saw lakes and a whole lot. What is our school standing into? It's our kids. Are they safe out there?
To me, even when I wanted to go to senior high, my parents didn't agree, because even before me going, they always have this thing saying that when you go to SS, yeah, that's what they always say. Boarding, yeah, thank you. And when I was going to school, it's very far from home, so they didn't agree. So we need to, bring the elderly people into it for them to come and sit, a meeting for them to talk, sense to them before they will allow me to go to, senior high school. So you see, when we talk of discipline, it's always on this, the student. We always talk of discipline. We should discipline the student. By the time we need to, the teachers and the head teachers too, the discipline should also cut across to them too. Okay. Yeah, because I don't, in a way, a teacher and a student. My mind will not even go there. For you and your teacher, how are you doing it? When this video pops out, as Miss Regina was saying, I also condemned it. Yeah, I was like, why would they do such a thing? A whole, a grandpa, and you'll be hitting him. Even if it is true or not, you should have, called the authorities or something, because they were taking videos and all that. But this morning, what I saw, I was, shocked. A baby. I don't know whether the baby is alive or dead.
No, I'm sure the baby is dead.
A fresh baby. No, I could see, So why wouldn't they say it's ritual? There is something to it. So this safety, maybe it's not all the schools, but most of them, a teacher and a student, this kind of thing. So I've heard some in my school, and yeah, it happened a teacher to approach me and all that. But it depends on you, the student. How you make it, if you normalize it, if you think you are okay with it, that's when the teacher will take advantage of you.
Right.
And the teachers too, we the students, we are young, we don't have we
naive.
we are naive and all that. But we've seen our friends, this peer pressure and all that, our friends having said things maybe our parents couldn't afford. Maybe you being with a teacher, maybe the teacher could get you something, so you also think of going into it. So the teachers, the discipline there, because what we are hearing, maybe next year they will not let my sister go to school.
They'll train her in the house.
No, not let her go to school. What are you people doing? Come on. I'm even ashamed, but I'm not, applauding to the case hating the teacher and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Miss Regina, should we blame this on familiarity? I'm saying this because when you go to most of the schools, especially, should I say, JHS, SHS, like it's common from crèche to SHS. Some of the teachers are so familiar with the student to the extent that a teacher can call you my wife. Like in the school, yes, my wife. Oh, the teacher will buy food. Like, come and take some. The teacher will send you. Can you buy me food? So like that kind of friendliness or that closeness is too much. Should there be a gap, a bridge between the teacher? Immediately the teacher goes to school, should the teacher know his place? I'm not saying you shouldn't be friendly. You know that you are there to teach, but I feel like familiarity between the teacher and the student, that gap is not widened. It is too close. Do you see it as such?
Okay, so I think I would use myself as an example.
Okay.
During my time in school, JHS, SHS, I did not experience a teacher coming to me to propose, but I had teachers who I was very close to.
Okay.
And in fact, my dad told me to be close to them. And I asked this reason: you need to be close to these teachers, but you need to be careful so that you would be their favorite. And when it comes to teaching, even if you don't understand, you can go back to them and understand it very better. So it got to a point I was one of the best students in class, and most of these people associated it with say, when you're a friend, when you're BB, and when they are marking the papers or they are favoring you.
It's a lie.
Yeah.
But they don't know a strategy.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
this thing is very dicey. When your man you're fine, hey. When your man you're fine, hey.
Right.
And there are some teachers, the moment you start becoming close to them, they start developing this motive. The motive might not be there, but once you start being close with them, the motive might start coming. So I think the teachers together with the student need to set a 50-50 pace. It should be 50-50. It shouldn't be too much wide of a gap to a point where this student would feel scared to even approach a teacher. It needs to be 50-50. Mix flexibility with strictness. It shouldn't be always flexibility, and it shouldn't always be strictness also. Yes, say this poem in school, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. It has to do with teaching also. Sakola back class now me I means we are similar French. Because you the French teacher, you can't come to class and be abusing us verbally and be abusing us. Just say, hey, this
same with our French teacher back at junior high.
The moment
and she'll be insulting you in French that you don't even understand. There's this one she used, cochon malade. When she comes, she'll do this, cochon malade.
Hey. No, there was two perspectives that some of these French teachers are typical Togolese. So most of them cannot speak the English. It has made some of us hate French from
if
childhood.
You can't speak English, you to go and learn
you get
English.
It was at senior high school that I got a French teacher that was a Ghanaian. So he speaks English and then he speaks the French so fluently. So it made it so easy. He explained whatever he's teaching in French and English. And so it makes it very easy to learn French. And then they also taught us a technique on how to write French paper and pass. What's that?
They're always angry.
Oh, they won't fail you. French. If you put in small effort, C5, you will get. So with what Miss Regina is saying, it is true. When you, it depends. When you get closer to some of these teachers, it's not as if you have something to do with them. Sometimes they even pressure you to learn. There was one lecturer at the university that I was so close to. My first year, he marked me, and instead of what I was supposed to get, he didn't give me that. He gave me like B something. Then I went to him. I was like, no, this paper I'm supposed to get A, not B. And he told me that no student has ever passed his paper.
Hey.
And Makacha said, "Waha,
you pass."
So we bet because of that. Like he said, the courage I had. Now. Nobody liked it. Even my seniors, everybody is complaining. So when you go to check the notice board and then you realize that it's a echo, they change lecturers. They'll be like, this teacher, no, he's so strict. He doesn't care who you are. But then after lecturers, he's that kind of friendly type. So because of that, he said the courage I had to even confront him that there be me, I got A. I got A. And then he called all the other lecturers to confirm. He was thinking that maybe I copied or I did something. So sometimes most of these teachers, they pressure, and the way he is, and you will learn. Before I go to his class, I make sure I read through his notes. Because he's that type that will ask you out
questions.
And he will not give you a handout. He's
the one
control, and you cannot fail too. When you fail in it, he will defer you till you pass his paper. That is who he is. So sometimes when you get closer to these lecturers, it helps, but you need to be very, very careful. It shouldn't be too much, not too close. No. So Miss Nabi, who should we blame? GES, parents? Because this is as a result of indiscipline. So should we blame the parents? Should we blame GES? Should we blame the teachers? Or we should blame the students?
We should start blaming the students and then the teachers. Because I feel this our senior high school student of nowadays. Hey! You go to class and the uniform they give to students is different from what they are bringing to class.
Hey, Miss Regina, they train with their belt.
Train they boost so.
Hey,
some of them even cut it.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
You see, you know, the our ladies, you know what they have, and you know their body and all that, and be wearing this kind of short things. Though I'm not saying as a teacher your mind should go there. You know the reason you are there.
He's a human being.
He's a human, but you know why you are there. That's your student. And if as a reasonable, you know, teacher, when you see sad things, you can even confront the student and speak to the student about it. But this kind of thing, there, hey. And about the closeness, now I wanted to say something small about that. Back at junior high, me myself, I can use myself as an example. There was this ICT teacher that I know. I'm not close to him, but anytime he comes to class, he always like give me that kind of attention. Like anything there, he'll be calling me, even though I'm not there with him. It's only student and teacher something. So in class, people assume that I have something doing with this teacher, but in reality, me, I don't even like the teacher, because when you come to class, the note he will give you, you yourself cry, you even regret. So this kind of closeness, I think they shouldn't be focused on one student or something. If it is one student you want to focus on, like it should be the same thing to other students. That will also help. But for the blaming, it should be from the teachers and the student themselves.
Okay. Miss Regina, in a second, who should we blame? GES, parent, teacher, student, who?
We should blame
Or it's a shared blame?
It is a shared blame. We should blame everyone. It is everyone's responsibility to make sure that discipline is being instilled in the kids, from parents, from head teacher, from even the people living right in the society. Then times my mom used to tell us that you're lucky, because then times when you go and do something bad outside, another parent can see you and beat you. And they will send you home and report, and your parents will beat you.
I've also heard of that.
And I'm saying that thank God, because we the Gen Z, we won't allow that.
Agree.
You will beat us. Yes. So I think instilling discipline is everyone's duty.
Right.
Even the gardener at school. Has the right to discipline the children on campus. So I think we should blame everyone. To the children, head teacher, parents, gardener, gatesman, everybody.
Okay. So when we're talking about discipline, it's a shared responsibility. Everyone has a role to play, just as Miss Regina and Nabi said. From the parent to the teacher to GES and Kasakra. Sometimes I feel like they are not. Yes, I feel like they are not doing. They are not executing their mandate as they are supposed to. There is nothing like strict monitoring or supervision. When you go to some of the schools, they have CCTV, but I wonder even if the CCTV is working. Because if the CCTV is working, you should be in your office and know what is going on right there in the schools. And parent, please. Let your child be your number one best friend. Create that kind of rapport with your child to the extent that when she's going through something, she will not resort to a colleague or a teacher. She will come closer to you, the dad, the mom, and then speak to you like a friend. Please, it should. And you are a lion in the house. Anytime your child is coming to the house, she's scared. And she prefers going out to stay with friends, to stay out with a teacher, because they feel like that is where comfort is. But comfort is right in their homes. So please, parents, the GS and the teachers, if you know you cannot control yourself, please resign. We are begging you. So to our next story, the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Shippers Authority, Professor Ransford Jampo, has criticized the New Patriotic Party's planned democracy and attack demonstration, describing it as a face-saving strategy by the party's leadership. The New Patriotic Party is set to stage the protest today, August 8th, over what it says are the growing threat to Ghana's democratic governance. The party has cited concerns including the discharge of former Microfinance and Small Loan Center Maslot CEO Sedina Tamaklo Ationu, and what it described as the arbitrary arrest and treatment of some of its members. However, Professor Jampo has rejected the MPP's claim, arguing that Ghana's democracy remains strong and does not require such a demonstration to defend it. In a Facebook post, he said the protest was rather aimed at helping the MPP leadership address internal challenges and regain public confidence. His comments come amid heightened political tensions between the New Patriotic Party and the government over several issues, including court decisions involving party members and concerns over the handling of politically sensitive legal matters. The New Patriotic Party, they are at it again, and any moment from now, Reggie and Nabi will be on grounds to report to us what is going on, and they'll be on ground because of this. The MPP are demonstrating today. They are demonstrating because they feel like a democracy is under attack, and that is because they felt that this current administration is suppressing freedom of speech and also not allowing the opposition party to function. To them, the opposition party is supposed to hold the current administration accountable. They're supposed to act as watchdog, but then it looks as if the NDC is not giving them that space to function, and so they feel like they are threatening them, and it's working against democracy, and so they're going to protest. I don't know what your thought is, but Miss Reggie. Is it necessary? This protest, sincerely speaking, if you ask me, I don't see.
We are going there, so we have to be careful with that choice of answer. Okay, so I wouldn't say it's not necessary. But I'm being careful.
Okay,
understand me. I'm being careful.
I do.
Because say be share. Boat. Me don't saka me. I'm my boat.
Kaish kalabasua.
Kadosh. So as I was saying, I wouldn't say it's not necessary, but I think the timing is very wrong.
Okay.
Very wrong, because today is exactly 1 year we lost 6 gallant men, and this new patriotic party, micro mini minority, they chose this day of all days to do your demonstration.
This should be a day of reflection.
Exactly.
Silence.
They have no respect for Ghanaians.
They don't know.
They know. They don't know. They have no respect for the people who are dead. These same people are people close to you in parliament. See, I tell you today for a fact that politicians, NPP and NDC are not enemies. These people at the back of their door are very good friends. But so for them to do this, I'm very disappointed. Honestly, I'm very disappointed. I can say, God forbid, woman me will not. This today is her 1 year anniversary. Now I will say, oh, call wedding. Oh, call wedding, wedding.
Yeah.
Oh, call wedding, wedding.
Yes.
So the new patriotic party, I'm very much disappointed. This is not the time to do that. We know they need attention, but being an attention seeker at certain crucial moments is disappointing and disrespectful, and they need to be called to order. And to the fact that these people are adults also baffles me. As an adult, you have prominent leaders in your midst. We have lawyers, we have doctors, and they are thinking this way, taking decisions this way. It's a no. No, it's a no. Their demonstration is a good thing because according to them, their democracy is under attack. And every Ghanaian citizen has the right to go on a demo. No one is disputing that fact. There was an occasion in Jubilee House. Oh yes, there was an occasion in Jubilee House, and that same day, certain people, was it the swearing in? I'm not sure it was the swearing in of Mahama, but there was a very big occasion in Jubilee House, and certain group of people wanted to demonstrate on that day, and they said no.
I can't remember.
But
they stopped them.
They stopped them. They said no.
Yeah, it's true.
Because what are you doing? Who gave you that idea? I've forgotten the program.
Is it not the swearing in, Anna? I will search for it.
So, no one, as I'm saying, no one is saying that don't demonstrate. You have to exercise your rights because, according to you, your democracy is under attack. Sedina is being released after how many years of saying that she has to go to prison and spend 10 years. Chemawu to me is in prison, and you feel like your friend is saying they are using passia, so you have the right to demonstrate. Obi Anka said don't do it, but let's give respect to the dead, in as much as the dead are dead, and we need to move on with our lives. At a point in time, these people were contributors to the economy. Dr. Mane Boama, Mr. Ibrahim Muntala, and the other 6 people, they were serving the nation. And they died as a result of our own recklessness.
Right.
Now, Dr. Maniboma, we should ask ourselves, say, no, put the galam safe and someone who is a doctor, but was chosen as the defense minister. Defense minister and a doctor, a bobra, but because of how good he wants his country to be. Now, do we think that those people, they don't have the money to rent a private jet and go to wherever they want to go, but they opted for the helicopter in our own country, and unfortunately they went to die.
We were even lucky because President Mahama was supposed to be on board.
Like and it would be a very big disgrace
and big blow because it will be as history repeating itself. You know, John Evans Atamils died when he was he was voted in. It wasn't long, and then he gave up the ghost, and President Mahama took over. So if incidents like this is happening, it's like history repeating itself.
I saying this before the
yes, you get it. So the likelihood of something of that sort happening again in the NDC is high. But fortunately for us, I mean, we didn't hear anything of that.
It's bad though.
It is. Miss Nabi, is our democracy really under attack, as the MPP is claiming that they are not giving the freedom to speak? They said their speech is being infringed. They don't understand why Sedina Tamaklu, who will be released, will be discharged, what's wound to me is in prison. Like how? They don't understand.
That's a big question mark. They should ask themselves.
Okay.
If Sedina Tamaklu deserved to be locked in prison, wouldn't she be in prison? And if Chairman Wontumi deserved to be outside prison, I think they'll let him be outside if they don't have any evidence against him for this thing they accuse him of. No, it's not accusation. It's something that he has done. That's why he's being logged. So the demonstration that they want to do or they are doing, if it's a genuine something, a genuine concern, then okay, fine. But if it's political damage control there, because of all day, why today? When Ghanaians, like, we need to be there mourning of this 7 people, right, in the helicopter crash.
Yeah.
Because I feel there are more internal, challenges you guys can tackle and, focus on rather than you being out there. Fine if you think that democracy is being under attack and all that. By why of all day today? Are they seeking attention? Is this a political something? It's a question mark to them.
Yeah. Is it a political something? I wanted to ask that with this demonstration
Strategy
they are
or
doing,
something.
is it kind of a strategy to win the people back, or they are genuinely doing this? As to whether they are genuinely doing this or not, I think they'll have to explain. Now, a lot of people are saying that they are doing this because they want to seek favor in the sight of the Ghanaian people before 2028. I don't know how true is that, but they are also saying that.
Which favor?
And favor 2028 is
they think Ghanaians are so dumb. Ghanaians don't have sense.
No, you see, the thing is, they know that when they give you plantain chips and yogurt, you vote for them, my sister.
Of course, I just a focus shame man. Yogurt
and plantain chips. Yogurt and plantain chips. So those politicians, I don't know how they see us. And then you see in one of the news paper front line, it was stated that they said what? Is it Goro boys? Oh,
today
those boys and girls that roam on the street, how do they call them?
Goro boys.
Okay.
They paid
the
junkies.
They said they are the one leading the protest today.
What?
Yes, I saw it on one of the fronts.
Please, we want bulletproof.
I saw it on one of the front.
Really?
Page, yeah, that they are
Isn't
the one
the same?
but they are the ones always leading the protest. When they arrested Miracle Abuadi,
I wanted to use that one as well. The lady came out to say she doesn't even know who was being arrested.
They led the protest before the big men of the MPP came. It was later on we saw Afenyo Markins and other people
rented ghetto boys and girls.
That's what I was looking for, the ghetto boys and girls. They are the one leading the demo today. Just some short. Let's just go to our last story. Seconds on that. The Accra Circuit Court has remanded a retired fire officer into custody over allegations that he defrauded 60 prospective recruits of 303,200 Ghana cedis in a fake Ghana National Fire Service recruitment scheme. The court did not take the plea of Thomas Dokenu, 60, who has been charged with defrauding by false pretenses. The case was adjourned to August 12. Deputy Superintendent of Police Emmanuel Nyamiche, prosecuting, told the court presided over by Mr. Kwabena Kodria Obriyebua that Dokenu allegedly collected the money after claiming he could secure enlistment into the Ghana National Fire Service through protocol arrangement. The prosecution said he allegedly informed one of the complainants, Eram Davoji Banini, a midwife at Akachi, on February 9, that he had secured recruitment slot for the chief fire officer and asked her to mobilize prospective applicants. So this is something that is common in Ghana here. It happened to my late brother, they did it to him. They asked him to pay 4,000, 4,000, 5,000. I think 5,000 or 5,000 for recruitment and migration or so. Shame. He didn't get the money. It became a court case. He took his money. He went to the police to report the case that this is what is going on. And this is a retired officer. He shouldn't be the one doing this. He should be an outsider. Then he will come in and then correct them. But if a retired officer is doing this, what are you telling the ordinary people to do? Miss Regina.
Briefly. Okay, so it's high time Ghanaians start reasoning as human beings, and excuse me to say, start reasoning with their stomach. Because a retired officer is not the right person you need to go to for employment. It's not the right person for you to go to say, oh, I want a position here. Okoye saying, I don't understand. I understand we have protocols. You need right people to connect you to people, but don't go and pay money. No connect ya and sika. It's high time we start reasoning. We need to be sensible.
Okay. Second.
This thing, it has been going on. We've heard a lot of it. I've also, encountered one, though it's not me, a friend of mine. The same thing happened, but she got enrolled and all that. But still, it has Miss Reggie said, it's high time they reason. You should know the person you are going for, like who you are approaching. Is it the right person? Don't just pay anything. It's not only this migration and officers and all that. It's happened everywhere. Schools, this one, nurses and all that. So we should be vigilant.
Okay. So you heard from Miss Regina Bless and Miss Nabi. Will end the newspaper review here. Up next is Today in History with Miss Regina Bless.
You want me to use? Bringing you Today in History and some few global observances live on GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. 2025 Ghana Armed Forces military helicopter crashed in the Adansi Ekrofom district of the Ashanti region while en route to an official program. The disaster claimed the lives of 8 people, including Defense Minister Dr. Edward Omanebuama and Environment Minister Ibrahim Mutala Mohammed. Ghana is marking the first remembrance of this event with memorial lectures, interfaith services, and the unveiling of a dedicated cenotaph. Moving on, 2008, the military coup in Mauritania took place on this day when President Sidi Ould Abdoulaye was overthrown, detained, and replaced by a military junta led by General Mohamed Abdul Aziz. To some few global observances, Balloons to Heaven Day, to remember deceased loved ones and honor victims of gun violence. Participants often write personal messages on balloons before a symbolic release, though eco-friendly alternatives are increasingly recommended due to environmental concerns. Lastly, National Fresh Breath Day, to promote oral hygiene awareness, proper dental care, and habits that prevent halitosis. And that's all for today on Today in History and some global observances live on GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Miss Regina. And that was Miss Regina. She brought us or educates us on Today in History. Up next is the news with Miss Nabi.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko ni kosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on GhanaTalks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko ni kosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on GhanaTalks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Hello, good morning. You're tuning to GhanaTalks Radio. Today is 6th August 2026. My name is Zainab Ali, bringing you the morning news. Coming up, NDC drops bid to remove EC Chair Jane Mensah, seat structural shift and deputy exit. MPP's new Dr. Ayu Afriye demands reparation for Gadambe State, claims Rawlings' 1979 Makwala demolition was economic sabotage. Michael Blackson accuses UGMC of exploitation and negligence following mother's death. There's another news from business, sports, entertainment, and international news coming up to you this morning. The National Democratic Congress has officially halted its aggressive campaign for the removal of Electoral Commission Chairperson Jane Mensah. Making the announcement, NDC National Chairman Johnson Esiedu Nketia stated that the party is now prepared to work with Mrs. Mensah. The sudden policy shift follows massive structural change within the Commission's leadership, which the opposition party believes have effectively dismantled the chairperson and electoral control over the electoral body. The decision marks a major de-escalation in Ghana's political landscape, coming after months of persistent demand from the NDC for a total overhaul of the EC top brass. According to Mr. Isiedu Nketia, the imminent exit of the Commission's two influential deputy commissioners has fundamentally altered internal institutional dynamics. Deputy Chairperson Dr. Bosman Asari resigned from his post on July 31, 2026, while the deputy in charge of operations, Samuel Tete, has reached statutory retirement.
The NDC leadership clarified that the departure of these two key figures provides the institutional reset the party had been fighting for. Mr. Siedu Nketia explained that losing her core executive bloc strip, Mrs. Mensah of the inner cycle alignment, previously used to drive sweeping, controversial decisions. Furthermore, the decision brings the party in line with recent executive realities. President John Dramani Mahama recently rejected 10 separate petitions demanding the removal of Mrs. Mensah and other top officials, choosing instead to prioritize national administrative stability. By pivoting towards cooperation rather than a forced ouster, the NDC avoids a protracted and legally exhausting battle over the EC chairperson's constitutional security of tenure. Legal experts note that removing a sitting EC chair requires a rigorous constitutional process, proven financial malpractice or gross misconduct. With new neutral appointments now expected to fill the vacant deputy roles, the NDC believes the strategic vacuum achieved as the commission fulfills their primary objective of balancing power within Ghana's electoral management body ahead of future cycles. New Patriotic Party Member of Parliament Dr. Nana Ayew Afriye has called on state to pay financial and structural reparation to the Gadambe community. Addressing the public on August 5, 2026, the Ifiduase Asokro lawmaker claimed that the 1979 demolition of the Makola No. 1 market by Jerry John Rawlings Armed Forces Revolutionary Council was a targeted assault on indigenous Ga women. Dr. Afriye asserted that the destruction was deliberately designed to break the economic backbone and generational wealth of the Gadambe people under the guise of fighting corruption. The explosive remark re-examined one of the most controversial events of Ghana's military era, when the AFRC junta dynamited and flattened Accra Centre commercial hub to curb market hoarding and inflation. Dr. Afriye forcefully rejected this historical justification, labeling it as populist scapegoat tactic. He argued that the military regime used vulnerable market queens and wholesalers as political shield to mask deep systemic failures within the state's microeconomic policies at the time. According to the lawmaker, the impact of the 1979 demolition went far beyond immediate financial losses, permanently altering the socio-political trajectory of the Gadambe state. By destroying the market, the AFRC effectively terminated the capital, trade networks, and land equity built by indigenous female financiers. Because the historical site transport hub, now known as Rawlings Park, Dr. Afriye maintained that a profound historical justice remained unresolved. Dr. Ayew Afriye's demand pushed for a major shift in how Ghana addresses its revolutionary history and urban development legacy by framing the Makola demolition as institutionalized economic discrimination rather than an anti-corruption exercise. The MP is forcing a modern debate on state accountability and cultural restitution. His call for formal reparations sets a challenging precedent for how the current administration intends to handle historical grievance and restore the economic clout of Accra's indigenous population. Ghanaian-American comedian Michael Blackson has launched a scathing public attack against the University of Ghana Medical Center, labeling it the worst hospital in Ghana. Following the passing of his 83-year-old mother, who was being treated at the facility, Blackson accused the hospital administration of repeatedly misdiagnosing her illness and prioritizing aggressive financial collection over saving her life. The fiery confrontation erupted across social media on August 4, 2026, after Blackson's mother passed away following a month-long stay in the intensive care unit. In an explosive series of posts, the actor alleged that the modern-looking facility marks an incompetent medical system. He claimed that doctors routinely miss critical diagnoses while recommending high-expensive treatment strictly to extract funds. According to Blackson, the hospital billed his family approximately 250,000 Ghana cedis within a single month, only to later inform them that she had contracted a fatal infection. The comedian detailed the operational dispute during her final weeks, alleging that staff only contacted him to solicit payment rather than to provide medical updates. He further claimed that when the family attempted to transfer his mother out of UGMC due to substandard care, doctors immediately placed her on breathing tubes to ensure she could not be moved, a move he believed was monetarily motivated. The tension reportedly culminated in a physical interaction between Blackson's sister and a male nurse, who later called the police on the family while they were identifying the body. Blackson expressed extreme skepticism regarding Ghana's judicial system, stating he would have sued for medical malpractice but believed the legal process would take decades to resolve. He closed his statement by warning members of diaspora against relying on domestic healthcare system. He actively urged returns to fly parents to Europe or America annually for checkups rather than trusting high-end local facilities. The viral rant has ignited intense public debate in Ghana over hospital monetization, patients' rights, and the quality of emergency care. In business, the government of Ghana has officially cancelled nearly 1,800 public investment projects following a comprehensive nationwide portfolio review. The disclosure made public by International Monetary Fund on August 3, 2026 reveals that the mass cancellation forms a critical part of structural reforms aimed at curbing fiscal slippage and optimizing limited national resources. By scrapping this low priority and non-performing project from the state pipeline, the administration seeks to improve public financial management while anchoring long-term debt sustainability. The decision emerged directly from Ghana's latest Article IV consultation and its transition into the new 36-month policy coordination instrument framework with the IMF. A deep look into the statement book reveals severe fiscal imbalances following massive spending commitments made in the run-up to the 2024 general election. To counteract a resulting commitment-based primary fiscal deficit, the government enacted strict expenditure control and launched a full audit of outstanding payables, prompting a radical realization of national infrastructure pipeline. According to the IMF report, the realization exercise is deliberately tailored to weed out stagnant, unfunded, or economically unavailable development. The fund noted the mass cancellation will allow the government to align its project's commitment with actual implementation capacity and available fiscal room rather than spreading public funds thinly across thousands of unfinished sites. The state will now redirect the downsized capital expenditure towards high-impact critical infrastructure projects that promise verifiable social and economic returns. With sport, Real Madrid forward Vinicius Jr. has officially rejected the club's latest contract renewal offer of €22 million net per season. Sources close to the negotiation confirmed that the Brazilian superstar turned down the proposal because it falls short of his financial expectation and fails to match the salary tie of teammate Kylian Mbappe. With less than 12 months remaining on his current deal, the sudden deadlock has plunged the player's future as the Santiago Bernabeu into deep uncertainty and put Europe's elite club on high alert. The breakdown in talks exposes a growing rift between the winger's outrage and Real Madrid's executive board over his true market valuation. Following several stellar seasons establishing himself as Premier Ballon d'Or contender, Vinicius is holding out for an annual package approaching 30 million euros net, inclusive of historic renewal bonus. His camp reportedly felt insulted by the club opening stance, viewing it as corporate maneuver to suppress his base salary while offering variable image right to bridge the financial gap. Real Madrid General Director Jose Angel Sanchez and Chief Scout Juni Calafat remain highly hesitant to meet the players' 30 million euros demand, fearing a massive layout will shatter the club's straight internal wage gap and trigger a domino effect across the squad. However, Vinicius hold immense leverage due to the intense external interest. The Saudi Pro League remains prepared to offer a historic €1 billion package, while Premier League against Arsenal are aggressively leading the European chase, ready to shut out transfer records and grant his exact wage demands to bring him to England. The contrast standoff represents high-stake game of chicken that counts could result to Vinicius Jr.'s shocking departure from Madrid. Real Madrid management has already issued a firm ultimatum. The forward must extend his contract under modified terms or face blockbuster summer sale, as the club completely refuses to let him walk away for free next year. As negotiations stall, the coming weeks will determine whether the Spanish champion can salvage their relationship with their star winger or if a record-breaking Premier League transfer is on the horizon. In entertainment, the move was triggered by Operation Failures during Shatta Wale's ill-fated trip to the United Kingdom, brutally shut down by British police. A small fire near the venue entrance triggered a gas explosion scare, causing a massive crowd surge and stampede that left 22 fans injured, infuriated by the high-profile cancellation and logistical focusing solely on the venue organizations. The musician turned his anger directly onto his own management team, labeling them dead weight for failing to insulate his brand and secure major corporate sponsorships. During the unfiltered live section, Shatta Wale leveled specific grievance against Sami Flex, accusing him of misallocating his professional focus. The artist publicly reprimanded his manager for spending excessive time discussing and reacting to his chief musical rival Stonebwoy on digital platform instead of aggressively driving the Shatta movement, sweeping management overhaul. Sami Flex was promptly resigned strictly to media and public relations, while a new administrative team was brought in to handle corporate bookings. A rapid shift that entertainment pundits immediately interpret as a punitive demotion. The restructuring of Shatta Movement's executive team is a direct result of a logistical disaster in London, compounding long-standing internal frustration over brand positioning. While both Shatta Wale and Sami Flex have since presented a unified front to squash rumors of a personal feud, the operational shake-up remains a permanent consequence of the UK fiasco. By narrowing Sami Flex's role to media relations and decentralizing management power, the camp hopes to prevent future corporate vulnerabilities and re-establish executive stability as they navigate the fallout of Cancel Festival. Now on global updates, artificial intelligence now powers more than 55% of all reported cyber crimes across African continent. In an official report released by Interpol on August 5, 2026, the International Policing Organization revealed that digital syndicates are rapidly deploying deepfakes, synthetic identities, and AI-generated content to scale up financial fraud and bypass local biometric protocols. The findings underscore a major national security shift in Africa, where rapid mobile digitalization has erupted state legislative. The Pan-African assessment highlights distinct regional variation in how these advanced digital tools are being weaponized. In East African, cyber criminals are overwhelming targeting mobile money platforms through automated messaging, while criminals enterprises in West and Central Africa have refined corporate business email compromise and sophisticated telecommunication giants. And state law enforcement agencies continue to serve as a major vulnerability, allowing illicit syndicates to launder stolen capital across border before authorities can freeze this transaction. The proliferation of oil-fueled cybercrimes marks a dangerous turning point for African digital economy, shifting data security from a technical issue to a national priority. Interpol has urged Africa's head of state to aggressively expand digital forensic spending, establish cross-border banking alert, and roll out public AI illiteracy campaigns. As cyber networks grow more sophisticated, the long-term economic stability of the continent will depend entirely on how fast regional governments can seal their legislative loopholes and coordinate real-time defense mechanisms. This is where we draw the curtains on today's morning news with me, Zainab Ali. Have a wonderful day.
To amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond. Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on GhanaTalks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esina Fiagbedu. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
Wake up, Ghana, your morning star, right? News, views, inspiration, and great conversations. From Accra to the world, we bring the fresh stories, fresh energy every morning, full of fire and glory. Rise and shine, when the voices align. GhanaTalks breakfast show. GhanaTalks breakfast show. Your daily dose, here we go. GhanaTalks breakfast show. GhanaTalks breakfast show. Only on GhanaTalks radio. Turn it up and stay tuned for the talk that moves you and keeps your heart in tune. From the traffic to the trends, we got something for your day. Every voice, every vision, lighting up the way. Rise and shine, come join the line.
This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning
When the
companion.
voices align, GhanaTalks breakfast show.
Welcome to the second segment of the Breakfast Show on GhanaTalks Radio. On this segment, we bisect, we dissect, and then we go deeper into topical issue from politics, business. I mean, it's cut across. And I don't usually do this alone. We bring in knowledgeable analysts, experts that can, share their views and their opinion. This is because we are doing it for the betterment of the country. And so right here in the studio, I have my handsome looking young, I wanted to ask something, but that's a M, but so let me just use this too. I have my handsome looking panelists that are already seated. So I'll go to Studio B and then have a word with them. So I have right here in the studio Mr. Bensis Sena Tumoga, Deputy Communication Officer hopeful of the NDC for Dome Kwabenya constituency. Then I also have Raphael Apeti, MPP commentator. Good morning, gentlemen.
Yeah, good morning.
Welcome to GhanaTalks Radio.
Thank you.
Hope you are doing well.
Yeah, by the grace of God.
Okay. And you, Mr. Raphael?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, well, I'm also fine. I'm good. So before we dive straight into our topic for discussion this morning, I would like us to talk about a topical issue that popped up yesterday, and that has to do with the head teacher that was picked up by police officers at the Obuasi Technical Senior High School, where it was alleged that he was having an affair with some of the students. And also we realized that a newborn baby was buried, of which the police have retrieved. So we want to ask, is this a form of indiscipline? How did we get here as a country? This is just by the way. Then we'll dive straight into our main discussion for this morning. So I'll start right with you, Mr. Benson.
Well, to me, I think charity begins at home.
Okay.
And let me first of all say a very good morning to your cherished viewers and then listeners, and to my dear delegates in the Dome Kwabenya constituency. A very good morning to you as well and all members of the constituency. Charity begins at home.
Okay.
And GES has a code of conduct, and I believe that we also learn from our elderly. And if a whole headmaster could be having an affair with a female student, it means that where has our ethics gone to? It means that we've lost something.
Okay.
When it comes to the discipline, when it comes to ethics, when it comes to our moral values.
Okay.
And if our parents are not able to uphold these moral values, how do they expect we the younger ones or we the younger generation to do same? So I think it's something that is very worrying, and we need to look at it very well, in a very dialogue way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Raphael, should we blame the parents, the teachers, GES, or the student? Who should we blame? Or is a shared blame?
Let me give greetings to your cherished viewers and listeners. This, though it's a this one, everybody must be blamed. Indiscipline can be part, but largely it's on the teacher. The character of the teacher is questionable. So something like this is the teacher that must be dealt with.
Okay.
Everybody has different characters. So even if you prescribe rules and then everything, put in the best rules and everything, it still deals with the character of the person.
Okay.
So if the character of the person is not good, how much more an elderly person who is taking care of children goes and conducts this awful behavior? So something like this, the character of the teacher.
Yes.
Indiscipline can be a factor, but I think it's the character of the teacher.
Okay. So how do we bring a stop to this?
If sometimes the teachers feel the rules are lesser, they are not tight enough, they are not biting, so they can engage in those things. So I think the GES must strengthen the rules.
Okay.
Something like that, then it deals with them so that when they know that the rules are stricter, it deters them.
Okay.
Though still, when it is the character of the person, but it will still help.
Is it same with you, Mr. Benson?
Well,
strict monitoring and supervision.
I mean, how are you going to, as a parent? I don't really know if the school in question is a boarding school or it's a day school or it's both.
I think it's both boarding and day.
Thank you very much. So let's assume that the girl in question, I mean, is a boarder. How do you think her parent would have this strict supervision on her? It's not possible. Probably her house mistress. But you see, it's not all about the parent, because sometimes the children too are part.
Okay.
You know, especially when it comes to female children, when they get to a certain stage, and if you don't educate them on maybe their sexual lifestyle very well, if they get to a certain stage of their adolescence, there is nothing that a parent will tell them and then they will listen.
Okay.
And some even go to the extent of running away from the house. So such a girl, how do you even, as a parent, how do you even bring her back home? It has a lot of, I mean, you have to put in a lot of works. So I will not blame parents. I would not give the parents sole responsibility. But I also believe that we as children, we also have to do part.
Okay.
We have a very big part to do. And the headmaster in question, let's assume that he is also having a daughter of the same age, and another man is doing same to him. How will he feel? Another man is doing same to his daughter. How will he feel? Something that you don't expect someone to do to you, don't do it to others.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I think one last one before we go. Today is exactly 1 year since we lost 8 gallant men as a result of illegal mining. And as you can see, me, I'm already in my black, except for my brooch. I'm already in my black. And today we are remembering 8 influential men who died as a result of galamsey. But here we are still talking about galamsey. Mr. Benson, what do you have to say? Is their death a waste of time or it was worth it?
Well, to me, their death is not a waste of time. And I believe that this, you know, I also see it in one way or the other that these 8 gallant men have sacrificed their lives for us. And it's a time we need to celebrate them. But then when it comes to the galamsey, I mean the works of the galamsey, I would want to give commend this government for doing very well, because they've been able to at least curb the rate at which the galamsey was rising. You know, they may not be able to stop galamsey totally, but it takes a process, because little drops of water makes a mighty ocean.
Right.
Yes. And where the galamsey was, the rate at which they were operating this galamsey, when we lost these 8 gallant men, it's not the same rate today. So their death is not a waste of time.
Okay. Is it
definitely their death is not a waste of time, but they died for something. They were serving the country. They were going on a program. I think so. Then they died. The program is relating to galamsey. So if you, the president, you feel that people who you appointed to serve you are going on a mission that will ultimately benefit the government in solving the galamsey, and they died for that thing, then after 1 year or so, we are still talking about galamsey, then it's shameful to the government. Because you promised, whilst they were in opposition, they sounded as if the galamsey issue was a doing of the government then. So if you are in power now, then you are claiming to solve galamsey, then your own people are going on a mission, as in serving the country in so many ways. Then they died out of it. They didn't die for anything, they died for galamsey. So if after 1 year you are still talking about galamsey, then ultimately it's on to the government. And he says that the government is doing and putting up measures to curb galamsey, that right now the galamsey rate is low. Right now galamsey is worse. School places, people are mining there. Roadside, people are doing it. So what's the guarantee to prove that they are solving galamsey? Whatever measures that they've implemented, the previous government did so.
Okay.
So what's new year?
Okay.
So they have to bring in new measures that will solve the galamsey. Whatever they are doing, 9 months, we have Operation Vanguard, Operation this, Operation that, still didn't solve. The 9 months are also contributing, but still not enough, nothing new. What's the new strategy? Besides, the president also promised in his 2024 that he will use AI to solve galamsey. What has happened to that AI to solve galamsey? So it's like they hoodwink Ghanaians with a lot of promises. They come, then they'll be giving flimsy excuses. Whatever measures that is being implemented now to solve the galamsey, it was implemented before. Still worse off now. So what's new year? You see, so if it's sad to lose gallant men who are dedicated to ending some of these menace of this country, but it's more sadder or sadden or whatever the raw phrase. if the reason for which they died for the country is not being valued or prioritized, then it's sad.
Okay. So, Mr. President, it's been 1 year and it's as if I'm dreaming. We just slept and wake up, and today is exactly 1 year. It wasn't easy.
We are not expecting this.
Yes.
Then
so
the news broke out.
So yeah. So I know by now the families of these 8 gallant men are going through a lot. So the best thing we can do is ensure that their death is worth it and not the other way around. Yes. So to our first topic for discussion, the Bank of Ghana gold for oil policy has run a loss of 1.7 billion. That is 8 times higher than what was recorded back in 2025. And this is because the gold for oil policy is like we purchasing petrol or maybe diesel with gold. And main reason is to reduce dependence on the use of the dollar, to build the revenue as well, and then the last one has to do with to stabilize the cedi. Now here we are, Bank of Ghana has run at a loss, and don't forget the central bank also depends on this. It depends on the gold for policy purchase program. Whatever is being generated from that program, the central bank depends on that for government business transactions. So if this is happening, does it mean that the money that are supposed to be used in maybe constructing our hospitals, our health sectors, well, that money should be diverted to curb that debt? Or another way round, does it also mean that the ordinary Ghanaian will be burdened? Now let me break this down so that we'll deeply understand what is going on with the Bank of Ghana gold for oil purchase program. Then I'll go directly to my panelists so I can get their view on this. So the loss was calculated, and what the Bank of Ghana was actually doing with the gold for oil and gold for reserve program. So this is a breakdown of it. What Bank of Ghana was doing. So Bank of Ghana ran 2 main gold program. The gold for oil. So they use the gold to buy petroleum product instead of dollars to ease forex pressure. And then gold for reserve, they buy gold from small scale miners. We see this, hold it as part of Ghana's reserves, and later sell it for dollars. So the idea, as I said, was to reduce demand for dollars, stabilize the cedi, and build reserves. Number 2 is why the earlier figure was 214, because in 2025 it was, there was a release that the Bank of Ghana lost somewhere 240 million. But just yesterday, IMF is saying that it has doubled 8 times to 1.7 billion. So the 240 million was Bank of Ghana's initial realized accounting loss. It usually covers things like direct costs versus sale price in early transactions, operational costs, and premium paid miners. So it did not fully capture exchange rate losses, opportunity costs, and mark-to-market losses. So why is IMF saying that 1.7 billion? Let's look at that. The IMF used a broader economic loss calculation. This includes exchange rate loss. So Bank of Ghana paid miners in cedis when the cedi was weak. When Bank of Ghana later converted or sold the gold for dollars, the cedi had depreciated further. So that gap is a huge loss. The second factor they gave was price risk. Gold prices fluctuated. If Bank of Ghana bought high and sold low, or held gold while prices dropped, that's also a loss. Then we have the fiscal cost. The program used dollars or cedis that could have gone to other reserves, so IMF counts the opportunity cost of not using that money elsewhere. Then we have subsidies and premiums. Bank of Ghana paid above market prices to local miners to incentivize them. That premium becomes a loss to the state. So oil side losses. And at G40, the oil was sold locally at a subsidized rate. The difference between import cost and sale price also counts as a loss. So add all that up and then you are getting, my goodness, this is huge. You are getting 1.7 billion. Who is to cover this debt? Is it we, ordinary Ghanaian, the government, or is it going to be a shared responsibility, Mr. Benson?
Well, thank you very much. And then I wanted to tackle this with a little bit of diplomacy.
Okay.
But if I would want to go that way, you may, your viewers and then your listeners may not get it right. Okay. So first of all, we need to look at the government in question. Is it MPP or it's NDC? Now, if it is MPP, what is it that the MPP believes in? They believes in the capitalist system of governance.
Okay.
When it's NDC, NDC also believes in the what? In the socialist system of governance. Now, when it comes to the social system and in the socialist system of governance, it is a type of government that believes that the government owns all the resources, and then the resources that is being owned by the government, the government also makes sure that those resources are being shared fairly for both the poor and then the rich.
Okay.
And they also make sure that everybody enjoys a certain standard of living, and there is equity and equality everywhere. And the socialist system of governance also believes that they are to provide for their citizens, and they must make sure that their citizens have a good standard of living.
Okay.
Do you get me? Now let us go back to the main topic. The NDC believes that it is its duty to make sure that the good people of Ghana are being served well, and the interests of the people are served accordingly. Before the NDC took power, between 2019 and 2024, the Bank of Ghana made a loss of, the Bank of Ghana made a loss of $11.4 billion. $11.4 billion. Now, why did they make such a loss? They made such a loss due to the smuggling of gold. They made such a loss due to the smuggling of gold. That was prior to the introduction of the DGPP, which is the Domestic Gold Purchase Program. Now, after the Domestic Gold Purchase Program, you could realize that now the country, the Bank of Ghana through the Bank of Ghana through the Gold Board has made a profit of $15 billion. Now, how did we end here? This is a question we need to answer ourselves.
Okay.
How did we end here? And point of correction, the Bank of Ghana did not make losses. It is just that our costs have exceeded our expenditure. And if our costs have exceeded our expenditure, that is when you will say that they've made losses. Now, why did they make such, or why did they incur such a cost? They incurred such cost because they were trying to fix things or problems that they did not put in place. Because the MPP, when they were in government, they jeopardized the economy. The economy was rated as a junk economy, and there was no investor confidence in our economy. But when the NDC came, they said they are going to stabilize the economy. And you know, inflation has been reduced from 54% to a single digit, which is 5.3% that we are enjoying today. And if inflation has been reduced from such a huge number, 53% to 5.3%, who should incur someone must also incur a cost.
So are you saying that what we are seeing now is as a result of what was being left behind?
What was being left behind by the previous government?
Okay.
Because the previous government left this economy in, as a junk status.
But IMF stated that 2025 to this year.
2025 to this year. What happened?
So what I read right now, that's to do with the loss. 240 million was recorded in 2025.
That is what I'm telling you,
yes.
that it is not a loss. It
So
is a
what
cost.
is it?
It is a cost we incurred.
So okay, fine. So you do not see it as a loss.
I do not see it as a loss at all.
You see it as a cost incurred by the previous government that you are trying to solve.
That we are trying to solve.
Okay.
Because they left problems behind.
Okay.
And for us to make sure that the economy is being stabilized, now you go to the market today, they tell you that this bag of rice is 100 Ghana cedis. You go to the market tomorrow, they tell you that the 100 cedis bag of rice that you bought, that was last week, it has now reduced to how much? To 85 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
Who is incurring that cost? Is it not the government? It is the government. So we are making your life better by what? By incurring cost.
Okay. So sorry for cutting you, but if you are trying to close that gap, why 214 to 1.7 billion? That is huge.
214
to 1.7 billion.
To 1.7 billion.
Yeah.
That you may see it as huge.
Okay.
Now let me also draw your attention to something.
Okay.
All right. The MPP spent the same amount of money when they were in power, or when they were in government. They spent the same amount of money to collapse banks. That was during the banking cleanup.
The cleanup exercise.
Exactly. They spent the same amount of money and even more to collapse banks. And we have spent the same amount of money to stabilize your economy for you.
To revive.
To restore, to repair the economy, and to also restore the investor confidence in the economy.
Okay.
So what is the difference between these two governments? And now, if you think it is a loss, I don't see it as a loss. I see it as a cost, because loss is when your cost is more than your expenditure. Okay, and then profit is when you are making more revenue. Exactly, more than your cost. Right? Then you make profit. Okay, but how come you are making losses? You are making losses because you are incurring more, and incurring more cost is showing that we are trying to fix a problem which the NDC government didn't make. We didn't make such mistakes.
So are you fixing it?
So we are fixing the problem. That is why your inflation has reduced from 53% to what? To 54% to 5.3%.
They are not feeling it.
They are not feeling it.
But are you feeling
it? I am
it?
feeling it, and I'm sure you are also feeling it.
Can you cite some examples for me, if you don't mind?
Thank you very much.
Okay.
How much was $1? Before the MPP left power, how much was $1?
I think it was heading towards something like 17.
Thank you. How much is $1 today?
If I won't lie,
you're saying the dollar was left
when
you were leaving power.
No,
it was 14 cedis.
No, when your government was leaving power, it was almost like 17.
It was almost 17.
Yes.
These are very variable facts.
No.
This when you were leaving power, it was 14, not 17.
I will not have this argument.
He has peddled a lot of falsehood here. I just kept quiet listening to him. Don't aid him. Don't aid him in falsehood.
Do you not interject into my time? So
wait,
you see, let us agree. 14 cities plus.
To not to say something that is not right.
I will go by. I will go by whatever he's saying. Okay,
but
let me just go by whatever he's saying. You can
right.
Now dollar was 14
right.
cities plus, right? When the MPP was leaving power, when they left power, how much was fuel? How much was petrol?
You want me to answer?
Yes, how much was petrol when you were leaving power? Or when you left power?
When we left power, it was around 15 there about.
It was around 15 there
now,
about.
what's the prices now? I don't want to interject you. If you allow me, I'll interject you.
Listen.
So you just put across your suggestion. When
yes,
it's time,
thank you.
I'll let him.
How much, what was the percentage of inflation? What was the percentage of inflation? Inflation was how much? 54%. Now, what is inflation? What's the percentage of inflation? What was the percentage of unemployment? Today, what is the percentage of unemployment? So if Ghanaians are saying that they are not feeling it, then there is a problem somewhere. Have you gotten it?
Of course there's a problem somewhere.
Have you gotten it?
Yeah.
How much was it when they left power?
So when they left power, it was ranging from 16.42.
Thank you.
So almost 17.
Thank you.
The MPP left power 5th January 2025. 6th January 2025. That's what you have to check.
No, 6th January 2025. But the election was held in 2024, right? So after the election was held, the NDC came to power. So
after the election was held,
they were still
holding onto the reins of governance.
Yes.
Till on the 7th of
January.
When they were leaving power, it was 14. It was never 16.
This is 16.40.
This is
you don't worry.
It is 14. It is not 16.
So you can I'll come to
so you see, the macroeconomic indicators, okay, are showing that the money that the cost that we have incurred is for the good, or is for the betterment of the good citizens of Ghana, because the indicators are showing that inflation has reduced, unemployment rate has reduced, fuel prices have reduced. We were in this country when Anado came to speak that in fact they cannot do what? Reduce fuel. Recently, Mahama says they should reduce 2 cedis from what? From the prices of diesel. Were you not here? So what happened? That Nanado says he cannot reduce fuel, but Mahama says we should reduce 2 cedis. So the MPP, I don't know. They are just trying to make this government unpopular. And let us not dispute the fact that we have people who are working very hard to make sure that this country survives, okay? The likes of Sami Jenfi and then the good board governor. Yeah. They are working so hard to make sure that this country survives. And then the gold board has brought in about how much? About 15 billion foreign exchange earning. And they were fixing problems that they did not what? I mean, they did not create. They were fixing problems that they did not create. And the BOG will be injecting $1 billion US very soon in August. And when BOG does that, we are going to get access to foreign currencies. Dollar is going to reduce. We are going to the impact of the US and then is it US and what? Iran war is not going to affect us. And all the international shocks are going to absorbed by the BOG. This is what you need to know.
Okay.
So please, it's not a cost. It's not a loss.
It's not a loss
it's
to
not
you.
A loss.
It's not a loss.
It's a cost incurred to make sure that the country is in a better position to absorb all international shocks.
Okay. So with the dollar issue, it was range at 16.42 with an average around 14.48. Mr. Raphael, did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I heard you.
You did? Okay. So he is saying that what they are taking over right now, he doesn't accept the fact that the Bank of Ghana, with the gold purchase program, has run a loss, but rather it was a debt incurred by your government, and so they are trying to, cover up. Shall I say cover up, or they are trying to pay what has been left by your government? Do you see it as such, or you think it's just
he has sat down
it's a
here,
gimmick?
peddled a lot of falsehood, a lot of propaganda. I don't know if that's how they are trained or given information to. He cited a whole lot of things. First of all, the Bank of Ghana brought the reports that it was 214 million.
Yeah.
Even to that amount, they denied it that it's not a loss.
Yeah.
Until the IMF is now exposing them, and they are now finding another explanation to their whole propaganda machinery. Now it is 1.7 billion.
Mm-hmm.
When we even come to the issue about the dollar, I don't think they have the credibility to speak about the dollar.
Why?
They spent 10 billion in stabilizing the dollar, and now they are now trying to create the impression as if it is competence that they used to stabilize the dollar. Secondly, too, he cited the gold purchase program, which was used to stabilize the dollar as well. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, he has failed to give credit to the person who introduced that program.
Why?
Secondly, he cited a lot of things that the NPP collapsed bank during the banking sector cleanup. It was not collapse of banks; we were merging it.
Really?
When you merged it, in the process of merging it, you collapsed so many banks in this country, that led to a lot of people being unemployed. And you want to tell me that
the banking sector cleanup didn't come out from the blues. Okay. It didn't come out that the government feel that it wants to revenge on.
What happened?
Due to some of the problems, the violations some of the banks were performing. Some of the banks were not they were not going according to some rules, liquidity, a whole lot of things. So they were supposed to bring this banking sector clean up the system. They didn't collapse bank, they merged rather. So if you are claiming, they've consistently peddled that falsehood as if banks were closed. Meanwhile, banks were not closed, it was merged. Secondly, you also cited that they brought inflation from 54 all the way to which amount is it citing? When they came to power, inflation was never 54. And this thing, they have to stop this peddle of falsehood.
The records are there. The records are there. Why do you want to
the inflation was 23. In 2022, when we had this crisis with this foreign wars, this aftermath of COVID, the inflation, we all had a lot of issues in the country. The inflation jumped. Due to it, the Bank of Ghana, aided by the former vice president, introduced a policy, the gold purchasing program, which they use in stabilizing the economy. Even though it didn't have full effect onto the left government, it's great. It gave a greater opportunity for inflation to that has rise to 54 to come all the way to 23 before leaving power, and they held it at the rate of 23. And he's here saying that they brought it all the way from 54 to whatever amount they are claiming today. They have been peddling this falsehood, and it seems that they are consistent in peddling this falsehood. They didn't inherit inflation at 54. They inherit inflation at 23. He also cited that employment, that you were asking him if the Ghanaian people are feeling it. And funny enough, he was using employment to justify his claim. He was using rice to justify his claim. He was using
I mentioned rights over here. No, like
why
is that MPP communicate? No, I never. No, let him correct himself. I never mentioned rights.
He used.
I was just citing an example.
He's also making his claim.
No, he is making it as a factual claim. I was just citing an example.
You can't cite examples when the realities are there.
That is why I said
you were asking her about realities. He's telling you instances of
your microphone is off. Your microphone is off. Please.
You are asking about realities. He's just citing it. We are talking about realities here. He cited fuel prices. He cited rice. He cited unemployment. And the question you ask yourself: what's the price of this one fuel today? The Ghanaian people, are they benefiting from it?
when they were in opposition, they told us that external shocks do not affect our economy. That the distance from here to Russia is far, 200 and 300 kilometers or whatever. Right now, they are admitting that external shocks indeed affects the economy. And instead of them to bow their heads in shame and admit it and apologize to the Ghanaian people whilst campaigning, they are here shamefully. And then this one, even with fuel prices increase, he's here peddling falsehood that fuel prices has decreased. And he's justifying his claim that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has given two Ghana cedis reduction on it. Is that not shameful when you've put taxes 1 Ghana cedis taxes, increase it overnight in Parliament? Instead of you to scrap that tax, you've not done it.
But please,
you've not scrapped that tax.
Not similar to the e-levy we're paying before, or it has differences.
These are the same people that oppose taxes to development of this country. These are the same people, and you will come. The Ghanaian people complain, the minority complain. You still insist on implementing that one.
You still not answer my question, or?
Which question?
I was asking that is the 1D levy not similar to the e-levy we paid during your administration? Is it not similar, or there are vast differences?
Before I even come to your question, let's even assume it is similar. Let's even assume it was similar. What was the position of these people when it's in relation to taxes? What was the position of these people in relation to taxes? What was their position in relation to taxes? You've come to power, and you've not been able to account for that 1 Ghana cedis you've imposed.
But you didn't account to us for the e-levy you took.
Did the minority at the time send it to Parliament for it to be accounted? It was never done. Right now, the minority sent it to Parliament. They used their numbers to oppose it. They've done everything to run away from that accountability of the 1 Ghana cedis.
Are you talking about the D-levy or the E-levy?
The D-levy.
The D-levy.
They've not been able to account for it. Even with their hypocrisy in implementing this 1 Ghana cedis, even with the resistance from Ghanaians in the minority, they still insisted in imposing that 1 Ghana cedis.
You're bringing yourself over.
Bring yourself.
Do you know? You just said something right now. You said Ghanaians disagree with the 1D levy, and then they went ahead to passed it, right? But it is equally the same with the e-levy. I can't remember when the e-levy was brought on board. Ghanaians opposed it too. We said it is too much. I can't be sending 100 cedis to a sister in senior high school, and then I need to pay e-levy on that. But it was passed, and we paid it till
the end of the day.
So it was scrapped.
At the end of the day, you quite remember that the majority at the time did some workshop while they were going through rounds the country. I don't know if you remember. They did that to explain to the people why they were bringing the e-levy. I don't think they just got up. They did their best in explaining it to the government. Have you asked them if they've been able?
So I think they mentioned a whole lot, like road construction, building of infrastructure with the e-levy money. And how many of those were your government able to do with the e-levy before they left?
Already they politicized, they demonized the policy or the tax. So after demonizing, do you expect Ghanaians to pay that tax? The number at which wait, I'm building a point. The expectation of the tax, they were expecting an amount that was supposed to be paid at the end of this one. But due to their demonization and politicization of the tax, the target was not met.
Really?
Right now, let's even assume the previous government was evil. You are claiming to be saints and angels, and you've come to power, and the same thing that you criticize for imposing taxes on the ordinary suffering Ghanaians, you are rather doing worse. You've not even engaged the Ghanaian people. Things that were opposed, you still use your numbers to push through. He is talking about unemployment as a way. What was the rate of unemployment now? He can't tell you, but he's just peddling falsehood here that unemployment has gone down. I don't know. I'll not even say the rate of unemployment. You have to check the unemployment rate now. It has gone higher. Meanwhile, to your one key policy in solving unemployment in this country was 24-hour economy. What has become of that 24-hour economy? And you are boldly telling the Ghanaian people that they are failing it in their pocket. Of course you will fail it. Because you are in government. You are getting all the largesse of the state to you. So you fail it. Okay. What about the ordinary Ghanaian person?
Okay.
Unemployment, you've not been able to solve it, and it's even getting worse. What have you done? When you talk about unemployment, when you talk about 24-hour economy, they themselves promise to the Ghanaian people 133 formula. They are running away from it. They themselves, their own policy. Then they'll shift to another conversation. They themselves are running away. And he's even citing that same unemployment in this issue that Ghanaian people are feeling it in their pockets. Ask him what has made about the 24-hour economy key policy to solving unemployment in this country. Ask him if the Ghanaian people that they promised the formula 133. Yatiti will go in the morning, Captain Smart will go in the afternoon. They've increased the rate of electricity and water. Secondly, your 24 deal with the issues and the promises you made to the Ghanaian people at the polls.
Okay.
And when you deal with them, we don't have to make you unpopular before you become unpopular. You are making yourself unpopular. But because they feel Musa Dankwa will be giving them and churning out numbers for them to believe that the Ghanaian people are on their side, at the right time, they themselves will know the Ghanaian people verdict. One thing I know about the Ghanaian people that they are very silent. They'll deal with you at the right time. Yeah. So they should still tackle themselves as if everything is good, as if whatever they are doing is perfect. I like how they are always tackling themselves and be laughing. At the right time, they themselves will know the true meaning of the Ghanaian people, their thoughts. Same as they did with the previous government in the past. They shouldn't pontificate themselves as though they'll be in power forever. One day they'll leave office. They should deal with the promises they made to the Ghanaian people. These losses that have been incurred, at the end of the day, the Ghanaian people are the people who will suffer from this, because it will come all the way down to the drivers, to the sellers, to the traders, to the ordinary Ghanaian people who suffer from this loss. It's not the BOG or the officials at the top. So when they are making these losses and they are being questioned, they shouldn't deny it. The CEO of Gold Board, when this issue about 214 came, he was denying it, giving a lot of explanations. You go explain tired, giving a lot of explanation to justify the 204. At the end of the day, the loss has been made. In the previous government, when the BOG made losses, they did demonstration to the BOG that the BOG should resign. Right now, should we also ask for the resignation of the BOG?
Why would you ask
BOG
for
governor? In the past, they asked for it. Right now, should we also apply the same and ask for the resignation of the BOG governor or the CEO of Gold Board? You see them, they peddle a lot of propaganda when they are in government. Then the same thing that they did, then we come and hate them. Then out of shame of hypocrisy, they'll be giving a lot of explanation to justify their shame. That's the NDC, you know.
All right, so with the e-levy issue we're talking about, so government has accrued 3.8 billion from the e-levy that was being taken.
The target was 6.
Yes, but then you got 3.8 billion out of 6. The target was 6, right? But then you got 3.8.
How much did they go and borrow from IMF?
Could have been used for, well, that was just by the way. And also to the unemployment rate. So in your time, it was 13.7% as of 2024.
The IMF report now says it's 30.
Wait. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the unemployment.
No, the IMF report cites a lot of things that they themselves they don't want to even read.
Take your time. Take your time.
Don't worry, me. I'm taking my time, so don't worry.
13.7% in 2024, and then recently, when the 2026 media budget was read by the Minister of Finance, he said the average unemployment rate right now in Ghana is 12.8%.
If you are asking someone like me to trust this government on their numbers, I'll tell you no. Okay. These governments can be trusted. Even you see, so, when they made this laws, they I'm not saying trust the government. When they made these losses, they quickly gave the BOG, which is supposed to be an independent institution, quickly gave the document of 214 to the majority to come and present it as though 214 to deceive the whole country. Fortunately, they were able to gaslight the whole country in believing that 214 million was made, 240 million loss was made. Right now, the IMF is exposing them that it's not even 214, it's even higher, billion. So, and you are expecting me to trust this government? BOD, which is supposed to be an independent body, will sneak in and give an information to the majority to present. A government like this, which is even flouting the rules of, we are not even coming to the independence of the BOG or whatever. An instance like this gives me a clear view that these people can be trusted in terms of numbers. And fortunately, the IMF report has also exposed them on unemployment, giving the rate at 30. So something like this.
So are you trying to say that the NDC is giving us a wrong figure? Because the finance
for
minister
them to give a wrong
saying,
figure.
No, because that is exactly what you're trying to say. If the finance minister who is right with us here in the country is telling us that unemployment rate is at 12.8, and then IMF is saying it's 30, who should we believe? The
Ghanaian economy is still under the IMF controls.
Yeah, exactly.
So we shouldn't paint the picture as though the IMF is not here. Don't paint the picture as though IMF is.
So that is what I'm asking. Who should we believe? Whose report should we believe? That of
the IMF supersedes over our economy here, and they are saying it's 30, and he said I should go and listen to the finance minister.
So we should take that as a final say.
The IMF, which is controlling you, your finances, controlling you, your expenditure, controlling you, everything, they are saying it's 30 rate of unemployment. Which number should I go and take from the finance minister again?
Okay.
Unless the finance minister come and dispute that number, gives us credible fact that will show that indeed it's not 30%. Till now, they've not been able to dispute that number the IMF has churned out. So something like this, I'll still take the numbers of the IMF.
Of the IMF, Mr. Benson.
And the question here you have to ask yourself is that they made a promise to this issue. They made a promise, specific promise to this issue. Have they been able
what promise? That what? They made a promise that what?
He will get to that. So
they made a promise to this issue. This issue of unemployment. The Ghanaian people know. Even children dance to this song.
What does it?
Formula 133. Formula 133. It's obvious. It's not something to be hidden with. Formula 133 is it's known by everybody in this country. Have they been able to implement it? The answer is no. They've not been able to implement the 24-hour economy.
Okay.
So something like the and in place of not being able to implement this policy, they've not been able to bring out a credible job policy that will aid the Ghanaian people. So something like this, you will still expect the numbers to boom up. He should be telling us the alternative they are having to their failed 24-hour economy here. He shouldn't try to justify the 24-hour economy. He should tell us the alternative. Already it has failed. They created an authority, which is now, we don't know the ups and downs of that authority now. If they are able to do their promises as in 133, then we are still waiting. The Ghanaian people are also interested.
All right, Mr. Benson, he says your 24-hour economy policy has failed, and he's also stating that the report of IMF should be final. What do you have to say about that?
I'm not saying it's final, but the finance ministry have not been able to dispute it.
I hope you turn on my mic.
As we speak, the finance ministry.
Can you? I'll turn off your mic very soon.
Like, let me make this point. As we speak, the finance ministry have not been able to dispute that number.
So I'll come back to you to revert. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So I will first of all speak about he claiming that this particular government, the NDC government, has failed to implement the 24-hour economy.
Okay.
And he's also talking about the formula for the 133, right? That's one person,
3 shifts.
3 shifts, and then what? And 3 jobs, right? Okay, sure. So what we are trying to do is that I'm also happy that he made mention that the NDC has set up the 24-hour authority. Okay, you see, before we start, the 24-hour economy is not something that we can start within 1 year or 2 years. It's not something that we can implement fully within the space of 2 years. Okay, because this is Ghana we are talking about. This is a country we are talking about. Now, with the 24-hour economy, we first of all have to start by implementing or by introducing the authority that would oversee the whole policy. That is the 24-hour authority. Now, we were all here in this country when the MPA started the pilot phase of the 24-hour economy. The MPA has already started the pilot phase of the 24-hour economy. So are you trying to tell me that the 24-hour economy or this government has failed to implement the 24-hour economy? Sometimes because we are just starting. No. When you were talking, I didn't interject.
His microphone is on.
Thank you very much. When he was talking, I didn't interject. All right? Now, when you listen to the mid-year budget, okay, the finance minister has also allocated.
Credit to the Ghanaian people.
Your microphone is, please let him land. Let him land.
When I was talking, you didn't interject.
Let him
land. When you were talking, I didn't interject.
You are interjecting him, please.
Thank you very much. Now, when I'm still on the 24-hour economy, on the same 24-hour economy, when you listen to the mid-year budget, the finance minister has allocated money to the Women's Bank. Now, if you are working in the night, definitely you will go hungry, right? And if you go hungry, people are not there to sell food for you to buy, right? Now, this bank is going to help women to help operate restaurants, Indomie sellers on the street, because it's the same 24-hour economy we are talking about. You go for your loan, you don't have money, you go for your loan, you start your Indomie business, you start your jollof rice business at the roadside. Whilst he is working at the office, he is working at, let's say, Forestry Commission, he can go out around 2 a.m., 1 a.m. and then go and buy food. But a situation whereby there is no money in the system, because the 24-hour economy is not just for a particular group of people. We are also looking at the uneducated. We are also looking at people who are not having their degree. Do you understand? That's why the Women Bank was introduced, so that this bank would give money to women, you and I, people like you and I, who have not been to the university. Yes, I know how to prepare Indomie. I can also go to the roadside because someone is working in the night. So it goes round like that. And everybody is going to benefit from the 24-hour economy. So let me tell my brother that the 24-hour economy is not a dating. Now let us give credit to the CEO for National Petroleum Authority for launching the pilot phase of the 24-hour economy. And that has reduced unemployment, because people have been employed. People are going to be employed. More people are going to be employed. Now, let me also talk about the IMF. He is saying that the IMF, the finance minister, should I continue?
Yeah, go on.
He is saying that he cannot trust this government, especially the finance minister, based on our numbers and then our records. And the IMF is an international body, it's an international institution. And the fact that the finance minister or the Minister of Finance have not come to defend or to say anything or to reject the IMF's decision or the IMF's, how will I put it, the IMF's numbers, it means that we are still going with the Ministry of Finance's numbers. Okay. We are not sticking to what the IMF has given us. They are an international body on their own, and they said these are the numbers that they've seen. Now, our finance minister, who is holding the purse of this country, has not come to dispute the fact that they are correct or they are wrong. So we are going with what the finance ministry is saying.
Meaning, I want to understand what you're saying. Meaning,
whatever the finance minister said,
it's final.
It's final. not whatever the IMF said.
Whatever IMF is putting across does not count to you.
It does not count to me since the finance minister has not come out. We shouldn't consider it until the finance minister has come out to say yes, the IMF is right. Until the finance minister comes out to say yes, the IMF is right. We are not going to no, it's not about you coming in. We are not going to.
No, so
I am not disputing the fact that I am not disputing the fact that. Oh, come on.
I will come back.
Listen to me. I am not disputing the fact that the IMF is wrong or right. Okay, I'm not disputing the fact.
You say you believe your finance minister.
I believe in my finance minister.
Finance minister has signed to that IMF report. So what are you
Come on, we were here when you were the same person. You were the same person. You were the same person. No, listen, he was the same. He was the same person who said the finance minister. The finance minister has not come out to dispute the fact. So let's wait on the finance minister. Until then.
I don't know who I'm listening to right now.
No, come on.
Yes, that is what I'm saying. I am saying that I will come to you. I'll come to you to reply. So when I come to you and there is something you want to retaliate to, you use your time to do that. But right now you are interjecting him. No.
I'm
when
not
you were
using
talking,
any
I off
confidence
his
to peddle any
microphone.
falsehood.
I off
What
his
confidence?
microphone. So when you do that, I will give 50 of your time to him more because you are interjecting in what he's saying. Please go on.
No, I think I'm done.
No, you're not because I have question. Machoa.
Okay, Martin.
So,
so my final, I mean, whatever I'm saying is that until the finance minister comes to say the IMF is
whatever
right,
the
IMF has given in their report, it's bogus. Then it means that the IMF report is bogus. But if the finance minister comes to say that, oh, the IMF is right. I mean, we didn't deal with our numbers very well. That's how come we got these numbers. Then I will go with whatever the finance minister is also saying.
What if the IMF is right? Is your government ready to accept the fact?
You see, one thing about the NDC is that we are always ready, okay, to accept the facts. Do you understand? We, just as he's saying that I'm using confidence to peddle falsehood, we don't use confidence to peddle falsehood. Okay. The NDC is a very peaceful country, party. And then when you look at this government, the government is always trying to make sure that whatever that is going on within the operations of the government, it also comes out to the good people of Ghana. So we are not going to dispute the fact that, we are not going to defend or use confidence to peddle falsehood that whatever the finance minister, the IMF is saying, the report, whatever they have stated in their report is wrong. We are not going to do that. We are going to take our time, go through the report, come with a resolution, and then come out to the good people of Ghana that this is what we have found in the IMF report, and it is right or it is wrong.
So in your submission, you stated that there is no way your government can complete the policy with a 24-hour economy in a pace of 2 years. So my question is, why do you implement a policy when you know fully well that you cannot accomplish it in a pace of 2 years? Any government that comes on board is given 4 years, and your government is already we have like 2 or 3 months to complete this whole year, and then it's as if especially has to do with the Women Development Bank. I don't know when you are starting. I don't know if you've already started though. But then I'm asking, why do you implement a policy when you fully know that you cannot complete it in maybe a specific period of time?
All right, thank you. You see, what the NPP are trying to do is that they want us to start dancing before the beating of the drums. And whenever we start dancing before the beating of the drums, we are going to dance over time, or we are going to dance offbeat, okay? But they are not going to push us to do what is wrong. We know we implemented our policy, and the NDC knows very well when and how to implement policies, when and how to start with operations. Now, just as I said, the 24-hour economy, in fact, the 4 years have not come to an end. So can you please give us some time? Can you please exercise patience? It's not that we've not even started. The fact that we introduced or we have established the 24-hour authority, that should tell you that we are ready to work. That should tell you that the 24-hour economy It's on its way coming. Now, the Women Development Bank, the fact that we have introduced the Women Development Bank has been launched, that should also tell you that the 24-hour economy, the train is at the bus stop, and it is yet to move. Everything is set. It is yet to move. So it's not about we having 2 years, we having 1.5 years, or we having 3 months to go, and then we have still. No, we have started with the 24-hour economy, starting from the energy sector. We can't start all round. We have to. That's why we say pilot phase to test the waters. How is going to? I mean, when we start, how is it going to be? That's why we call it pilot phase.
Was that what was communicated to the ordinary Ghanaian?
In fact, what was communicated to the ordinary Ghanaian was that we are introducing 24-hour economy.
Exactly.
One person. Three shifts.
3 jobs.
3 jobs. Okay, that's the formula 133, right? We have not told the ordinary Ghanaian how we are going to operate it. However, we are going to operate it. You should leave that one to us. All we want to do is to present the 24-hour economy to the ordinary Ghanaian, and that is exactly what we are going to do. And by the end of His Excellency John Dramani Mahamad's administration, by the end of the 4 years, believe me, the 24-hour economy would be implemented. It will be operated, and Ghanaians, the good people of Ghana, are going to enjoy this 24-hour economy.
Okay.
Hopefully.
All right. Mr. Raphael, if government should build...
Please, can you give me some time to tackle this issue? When he was also speaking, he made mention that should they also go on a demonstration, or should they also request for the resignation of the Bank of Ghana governor? Just because they claim that, or he is now claiming that losses have been made, so the Bank of Ghana governor should resign. The NDC called for the resignation. In fact, I was part of that demonstration. We called for the resignation of the Bank of Ghana governor because they have made losses. In fact, they have collapsed banks. They have jeopardized the economy. They have destroyed the economy. We lost access to our international capital market. That was the main reason why we were calling for the resignation of the governor of Bank of Ghana and its board of directors. Now he is also saying that no, you spoke. He gave you more than 20 minutes. I was here. You are just speaking. Now he is claiming that we have also made losses, 1.7 billion losses, and I will keep saying it. I'm not going to change my stance on this. That the 1.7 billion dollars is not losses. It is a cost that has been incurred. And the cost that has been incurred is to what? Is to repair the economy and to also install investor confidence in our economy. So why should, in fact, if the Bank of Ghana is doing something good like this, why should you even have the moral right to even ask the Bank of Ghana to resign? Do you get it? We need to also consider our moral values. Because right now, Ghanaians are very happy. Ghanaians are very happy. When it comes to, I'm not going to repeat myself, but what I want to know is that the macroeconomy indicators are showing everything. See, in this August, the Bank of Ghana, the BOG, is going to inject another 1 billion Ghana cedis, $1 billion into the economy to stabilize the economy, to make sure that, you're asking me at what cost? To make sure that our inflation rate is being decreased again, or the economy is being stabilized. I've told you the international shocks are going to be absorbed by the BOG. Okay. And you see, these are taxes that the ordinary Ghanaians are going to pay. All right? But the BOG says that he's going to bear all those taxes. He's going to bear all those taxes. And he has started borrowing those taxes. So please, let us be honest to ourselves. We are incurring costs to make sure that, to restore the happiness of the ordinary Ghanaian. Okay. We are not making costs. We are not incurring costs. And you made losses. And we are not making losses to jeopardize the economy of Ghanaians, to make people unemployed by collapsing the banks. No, we are not doing that.
So, Mr. Raphael, if government is to build the Bank of Ghana, What does that mean to debt sustainability?
First of all, let me deal with the things he has raised. He was talking about Women's Bank being launched. I don't know if you are aware that the Women's Bank have been launched. Are you aware that the Women's Bank have been launched?
Well, it was launched, but it is yet to manifest. For me.
Put aside. He was also saying that the 24-hour economy, they told the Ghanaian people, but they didn't tell the Ghanaian people how do we implement it right. That's what he said.
Yes.
They didn't tell the Ghanaian people how to implement it. The government spokesperson, Honorable Felix Kwati Ofosu, went on to Ekosi saying, and he was asked about this one, watches sellers being sold if they will be running 24 hours. He told us he was asked about this one, the market, if there will be market for it. He said government will stimulate the market for watches sellers to be selling in the evening. And this one, people who are not supposed to be included. He because of votes, they classify all of these people into the basket of 24-hour economy.
But I never lied. That is why I said even people like us who never visited the university, no. He's trying to lie. That's exactly what I said. That's why I said Indomie sellers are also going to benefit from the 24-hour economy.
You can't tell the Ghanaian people one thing, then you come to power and do an absolute deviation from whatever you promised the Ghanaian.
Listen, this government has not deviated from its policies.
I hope you've off the microphone.
I'll off it all.
Not off it. Off
Why
it.
would you?
She off mine.
Yes, I did.
She off mine. She off mine because she didn't want me to distract you.
It's off. Please continue. Yeah.
At the end of the day, you promised the Ghanaian people a certain 24-hour economy, which will run on a Formula 133. You've come to government, you've not been able to do it, and you are still insulting the intelligence of Ghanaians. Ghanaians are just quiet watching you guys. You are even claiming here that it has been launched, and even giving us some imaginary instances, as in schools who market 24-hour economy, including it into your Women's Development Bank or whatever. Ghanaians are still waiting for the 24-hour economy. They are still.
No, continue. He's off air. So
the Ghanaians are still waiting for the 24-hour economy. The Women's Development Bank you gave to the women's to solve unemployment issue, to solve their problems. You identify unemployment as a critical thing to the Ghanaian people. So such a critical issue like this, you don't come and tell us you have 4 years, so you can implement it at any time you want. You can implement it even after you've lost 7 December 2028. You can't come and tell me because you have 4 years, you implement the 24-hour economy. The time when President Akufo-Addo was sworn into power, because he felt education was a priority to him, he implemented the free education in 2027. In his first year in governance, he didn't say he had 8 years or he had 4 years, so he could implement it at any time. It all boils down to priority of the government. It seems like this government, unemployment is not their issue. Their issue is to make the books good, make the books look good, while the Ghanaian people are suffering. Use the book to brag wherever they are. Use the book to peddle that falsehood they want to peddle. Use the book to run a certain narrative they want to do, while the Ghanaian people are still suffering. The Ghanaian people are still complaining to you that still there are issues there. You are ignoring it, dismissing it as though we are living in heaven, as though everything is cool to the Ghanaian people. You are saying Ghanaians are happy, meanwhile nurses are crying, meanwhile teachers are suffering. These people are the people you promise automatic posting. These people are the people you promise cancellation of their licensure exams. What has made out of this promise? So you can't sit ignorant. You can't do anything about it. Then you come and sit here and insult their intelligence as though they are bleeding and you are telling them they are happy. Are you forcing the happiness into their faces or what? You are not forcing the happiness into their faces. There are core issues you are supposed to deal with. The promises you made to them. You can't come and giving us excuses as though you've not heard it, as though you are ignorant of it, and you jump and come and tell the same Ghanaians that they are happy sake of what? They are happy because of what? Because of what? So you are spreading a lot of falsehood, and you even said this one, the bank, the BOD governor, You in opposition, you said losses are illegal. You said losses are demons. If an institution is making losses, it is what we gave a name to it. You even demanded the resignation of the BOD governor then. Forcefully demanded it. It's not like they were joking with it. They were forcefully demanded. We've not even demanded the resignation of the BOD yet. You forcefully demanded the BOD governor. The same principles applies to you now. Are you also laying off the BOD governor from position, or you force the BOD governor to resign and the CEO of the Gold Board to resign based on this process? You see, they are not principled. They say a lot in opposition just to win the heart of Ghanaians. They come into power and give a lot of flimsy excuses, force happiness into the faces of Ghanaians while they are still bleeding. And you are here tickling yourself and laughing as though everything is okay. They should continue tickling themselves. I'm happy how they are tickling themselves and they are laughing. The Ghanaian people, as I told you, they are very dangerous people. They are very quiet. So you continue tickling yourself. At the end of the day, you see the true colors of the Ghanaian people. He cited unemployment, justified that it has been reduced, and I was trying to point out an issue to you that the BOD, the IMF report is not sacrosanct. It is being signed by the BOD and the finance ministry. So you can't come and tell us that because the finance ministry has not given an official statement, so you don't consider the IMF. The IMF is still superseding over your economy. So you come and paint the picture as though the IMF is an international body, so they are somewhere. They are still controlling your affairs here. Their reports are being signed by you. So you come and paint the picture as though the government is not aware. That's insensitive and disrespectful to the Ghanaian people. So you can't paint the picture as though the government. What is the government? If the government is not coming to peddle falsehood after signing to the report, what are they coming to tell? And you are telling me to trust this government in terms of numbers. Sorry.
So who should bear the responsibility of this loss? Who should bear? The state?
These people, definitely it will come to the Ghanaian people. We will all suffer from this loss. But if they are principled and they are not hypocritical, the CEO of the Gold Board, the BOD governor must all resign per their own principles in the past. If they are not hypocritical and they are not politicians, they claim they are coming to reset the country. Reset is supposed to mean that things that were bad in the previous government, they are coming to toe a different line for the Ghanaian people to have trust in them. Day in and day out, the Ghanaian people are losing trust in you guys because it's as though the reset you promise is either a repetition or a worse off of it. That's what they are doing now. So if they are principled, the CEO of Gold Board, the BOD governor must lay their jobs down and go home per their own principles in the past.
Okay. So in a second, what mechanism should we put in place to ensure that such occurrences does not happen, especially with state institutions?
That begs the question: how did they do a risk assessment of the policy? Is it that they were ignorant that there will not be risks when they are taking out a policy? When you are implementing a policy, you do a risk assessment. Okay. Have they done that? Have they reported to the Ghanaian people about it? You see, measures like this, it will help. Okay. If you've not done risk assessment and jump yourself into implementing a policy, then it comes back to hang on your neck. You don't come and deny it. You take responsibility for it because you are supposed to know better. You see. Right.
Mr. Benson, yeah, so you wrap this up for me and then we end it on this particular topic. Yeah. One who bears the responsibility is the state bearing the responsibility. And then secondly, what mechanisms should we put in place to ensure that state institutions, especially the Bank of Ghana, do not run at loss? This is huge, very huge.
Okay. Thank you. So you see, you keep on mentioning losses. And I keep on correcting that.
It's not a loss.
This is not a loss. It is a cost that has been incurred. Okay. Okay. It is a cost that has been incurred. Now let the listeners know that this is never a loss. He can claim it to be a loss, but to us, it is not a loss. It is a cost that has been incurred.
Reclaiming. The BOG says.
We don't have time.
Please.
No, he's pushing something on
me.
You
see, I didn't allow him to
interject. Are we the one claiming
you
that
see, I
there
didn't
are
allow him to
losses?
interject. So let him.
No, it's like he's accusing me that I'm accusing him. He has told me that I'm making him unpopular.
When you were also talking, he could have even said that you are attacking him, but he didn't say anything. So please, let him land.
So this is not a loss. All right. Now you also asked that who is going to bear the loss?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not a loss, it's a cost.
So who is going to bear the cost?
The BOG has already bear the. I mean, they've bought. How will I even put it? The BOG will bear the cost.
Okay.
Do you get it? And the BOG bearing.
In what ways? How are you going to bear the cost?
So you see, the cost has already been incurred. Do you understand? By the BOG. And initially, what the BOG was doing, all the money that was injected into the economy to make sure that the stabilization of the economy is due, it was supposed to be bought by we, the ordinary Ghanaians. It was supposed to be bought by the ordinary taxpayers. But the BOG is saying that no, we are not going to put that burden on our taxpayers. We are going to make sure that we will bear the cost and our taxpayers would move freely. And this economy will be stabilized without you even knowing that you have, like there was a cost that was incurred and you paid for that cost. And as we sit here, do you feel like you have paid for a certain cost? When you go to the market, do you feel like there is a cost that has been incurred and then you are paying for? No.
The record was revealed just yesterday.
The record was revealed just yesterday, and this was a cost that was, incurred long ago. Are you getting me? So if this cost was incurred long ago, that is why I'm asking you that did you feel that there was a cost that you incurred or someone has incurred and then you are paying for? No. You were rather enjoying in this economy, and I can tell you on a fact. No. Listen to me, please. Please. When you guys came, you imposed a lot of taxes. You imposed a lot of taxes on the ordinary Ghanaian. Listen to me. How many taxes did this government, how many taxes did the NDC government scrap away? When you came, all the taxes that you incurred on us, we have made sure that we have, in fact, scrapped all those taxes away, including the tax on betting, 10%. Something that the ordinary youth, the ordinary Ghanaian youth are doing to make a living for themselves. This, the MPP government, out of wickedness, they said, no, we are not going to allow the youth to enjoy. We are also going to get our own, we are going to get our own cut in it. And they incurred a tax of 10%. When this NDC government came,
you should stick to the
no. I am coming that. I am saying that because of the question that you are asking me. No. Listen to me. The taxes that NDC has imposed. Okay, comparing it to the taxes that the MPP imposed, the electricity tariffs, comparing it to all the taxes that you have imposed. Have you gotten the figures? Have you gotten the numbers? So please, let me go back to what I was saying, okay? Now, the Bank of Ghana has already incurred that cost for the betterment of the ordinary Ghanaian.
How are they going to pay it? How? Which money? Or they
that's what I'm telling. No. Listen,
taxpayers' money. That is what I want to know.
Listen. Okay. I'm trying to tell you that this was a cost that was incurred long ago.
And
okay.
The state is supposed to pay.
We are supposed to pay it.
Right.
But that is why we are. The gold board, okay, through the
okay, so the gold board will now pay that debt.
No. Listen. The BOG is no more financing the gold board. Okay. I think you should know about that. The BOG is no more financing the gold board. All right, but I'm telling you for a fact that Ghanaians, the ordinary Ghanaians, are not going to, to pay this cost. Okay, they are going to make sure that is why we, through the gold board, even we made 15 billion. US dollars, okay, through the Bank of Ghana has made 15 billion US dollars through the gold board, through the operations of the gold board. So we are making sure that we earn more profit, and whilst we are earning more profit, it is our profit that we are going to use to stabilize this economy. And that cost is not going to come to the ordinary Ghanaian, because it is through the operations of the Bank of Ghana and the operations of the gold board that would generate more revenue.
Okay.
And if more revenue is being generated, it means that we are getting more profit. And it is our profit that we are going to inject into the country, the economy, to make sure that your life, we better off your life.
Don't you think that is going to drag the development of this country?
It's not going to drag the development of this country.
The reason why I'm saying this is because if Ghana is into a particular transaction, okay, so let's take the gold for instance. Whatever comes on top as a profit, that profit is supposed to be used for a developmental project in the country.
Is it only a developmental project?
So is the main goal of the gold board, or not necessarily maybe the main goal of the gold board, but then is it something that is a laid down procedure that any profit that comes on board, we should use it to be settling debt?
No, so listen to me. This is not about debt, okay? This is not about debt. As I said, this is not about debt, all right? Now, let me tell you, you are talking about developmental works, right? You are talking about developmental work. Is it only developmental works that this government has to do? Have you also thought about inflation? Have you thought about international shocks? Have you considered all those things? Have you considered we having access to international capital market? All these things are also part. And you see, if all these things are not working, that is when your dollar is going to rise again. And if you are buying something in a foreign, if you are buying something in a foreign country, you are going to incur more cost. You are going to incur more cost. Okay. And let me also tell you that the gold board is not the only state-owned enterprise. We have a lot of state-owned enterprise.
So we should abuse it.
No, we are not abusing gold board. We are not abusing. But I'm just trying. You are saying that it's going to reduce or it's going to drag developmental work. And I'm trying to tell you that if there are developmental works, we are building hospitals, we are building roads, just roads alone, hospitals alone, we are building school blocks, and your economy is not stable. Would you enjoy those school blocks? Would you enjoy those roads? No, you will not enjoy those roads.
Okay.
Now, farmers, if you go to the market right now, do you know how much? Do you know how much one tomatoes will cost you? All these things would also, and you see, all these things are there. These are the reasons why we need to do this, in order to get fertilizers, import fertilizers at a cheaper price. At a cheaper price. Well, I think you asked me 2 questions. So
no, it's okay. No, please. We are against time. So when we are discussing the second topic, when I give you your time to respond to the second topic, and you feel like you want to rebut to what he said, that is your time. So today, the New Patriotic, your party, is demonstrating, and that is because they felt like their freedom of speech has been infringed on one, and second has to do with the discharge of Sedina Tamaklo. Some members of the MPP are complaining that why should Untumi be in jail while Sedina is being discharged. It doesn't really sit well with them, and so they feel like the government, the judiciary, they are kind of biased, and so today they are on the street. They are going to demonstrate. So I want to know, what is the protest really responding to? Is it that of Sedina, or is both Sedina and then infringements on your rights or freedom of speech? Which is which?
Thank you for asking this question. But before that, I'll still respond to him.
It is your time.
Don't worry. Your 1 second to him was too much. Don't worry. He also greets me. He was saying the gold board has made profits. I would like for him to state the profits. Secondly, he was saying that the microeconomics on paper is a foundation for all those things. Have you asked him? The books are looking good, but still tomatoes is 5 cedi. Have you asked him that the books are looking good? Still, the ordinary Ghanaian is suffering. He has not been able to touch onto the little things that affect Ghanaians, the things on the market, the things that affect the Ghanaians, everybody's home. He's here, as I said, they'll always tickle themselves and be laughing, behaving as if everything is good. Let me come back to the main issue. It's sad how the country has now become that now this dissent voice, opposition voice are now being silenced.
so many ways are being used to silence opposition voices. I will say, if that is their intention to cripple the opposition MPP, it will never happen, and it has failed. If their intention is to intimidate us, it will never happen, and it has failed. They should continue abusing the rights of people, abusing the rights of citizens, abusing the rights of everybody, thinking because they expect, they want to hear what you are saying. That's what they want to hear. It seems like they want everybody to praise them. So the moment you criticize them, then they come under the law of publication of false news to arrest you. Meanwhile, these are the same people in opposition who said when they come to power, they'll repeal this publication of falsehood. They'll repeal this. Samuel Kujeto Ablakwa, Honorable, made this at a NDC press conference, that these are some of the laws that are in our books, that when they come to power, they'll repeal it. Fast forward, it's even the Ghanaians even know that they are hypocritical already. But things that you did in opposition that favored you, when same food is being given to you to eat, then you are now vomiting it. You are now saying, why should it be given to you? That now you are preaching on morals. Right now you are telling us that akola bunipa, like you are trying to make us understand that as for you, you are special. As for you, dear, when you come, no, the whole country should forget whatever that happened in the past. When you are being criticized, you send your BNI, you send your national security, you send your police officers to arrest the person, give the person gargantua bail condition just to intimidate the person, just to frustrate the person. At the end of the day, you jail a person out of it. These are the same people you call them a National Democratic Congress, who claim they are democratic. They can't accept decent views. They can't accept opposition views and still walk along with it. John Dramani Mahama wrote a letter to the then President Akufo-Addo, citing 3 instances of free speech abuses. They should ask themselves what's the number of people that they've been able to arrest under the guise of publication of falsehood. President Mahama said it is not publication of falsehood in the past. He said it is being used to intimidate the opposition. Now they've used the same laws and same tactics to intimidate or try to intimidate 45 citizens. 45 citizens. I don't know if you personally have condemned this, because if today it is happening to me and you say, oh, because it is MPP, it is nothing. Tomorrow you'll be sitting here and BNI will still come for you because you said something that the government don't want to hear, because you said something that the government feels that it doesn't sit well to them. They feel that whatever Ghanaians have to say must be praising them. So the moment you criticize them, they start watching you with different eyes. They start treating you in a certain way as though you are no longer a Ghanaian. Meanwhile, these same people sponsor someone to run everybody down in this country from the head to the toe. Who didn't the person disrespected? The person, when you won power, the person came to this country, walked to the country with national security. He has been granted freedom. He's now out. This one.
Which person is
Which person exactly?
Kelvin Taylor. Who doesn't know him? Kelvin Taylor. Who doesn't know him? He has run everybody down.
What exactly was his crime?
What exactly was his crime? People sued him for defamation. This one. He was being given a bench warrant for arrest. When he came, he was being given this one, a national security escort, walk into this country. Meanwhile, the bench warrant, until it is set aside, you can't do anything. This bench warrant was not set aside. They went to the court. To set aside that bench warrant. Meanwhile, he was supposed to be arrested. He was given national security escort. All those people he has run down all under this government, they've accorded him that it's not only him. This one, Ferdinand Tamaklu, who has been convicted by the court. they've started running a narrative as though Sednam Tamaklo was not even in the country when the trial started. He was here when the trial started. Then he said he's going for his own medical or whatever. Then he didn't come. Per the rules, absentia in trial is allowed. They proceeded with the evidence they had and convicted it. Right now, they are trying to create the impression as though absentia is not important. They are trying to create the impression. They are trying to give a lot of justification for the acquittal of Sednam Tamaklu. You give your own people enough space to operate. You free your own people. When you came to government, people who were standing before trial, you gave them nolli prosequa. You are now going, give all your people the freedom they want, but don't be hypocritical in going after the opposition. If you say you want to free people, free them. Don't say you free your own people, the other people on the other end, you start persecuting them. That's not how you claim to be a National Democratic Congress should behave.
Wasn't it same when your government was in power?
That's what I'm saying. That John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, wrote a letter to the then president citing 3 instances of in his view freedom or this one abuse of freedom under his watch. It is not even up to 4 years. How many months has he been in power?
And how many
45 people. 45, including a journalist.
What was their
They claim that it's fabrication of falsehood.
Because we see
these are the same people
where people take phone to threaten the life of the president, and you want us to just allow them to go scot-free. Which site can you cite example where someone threatened the life of the president? There was, I think, 3 TikTokers. They took their phone, they insulted the president. No, they threatened the president actually. And then we saw instances where your flag bearer went in there to get them out. 2 females,
so I've given you the opportunity to cite. You are not able to
no
because I've given you the opportunity to cite. The video
listen,
that came out.
Listen,
I'm not even trying to justify those.
The names have escaped me, but there were 3 TikTokers. There were 3 TikTokers that did that. And even aside that, when your government was in power, we saw instances where Captain Smart was being jailed. We saw instances where Abu Bedu of City TV was being attacked. We saw instances where Caleb Kuda of City was being attacked. So it happened during your administration as well.
First of all, let's not create the impression as if Ghana came 2017. Let's not create the impression as if Ghana gained independence in 2017. Fast forward, you cited examples. Those, I'm not trying to justify insults on leaders. I'm not trying to justify threats on leaders or threats on the life of the president or other officials.
So what are you?
But these are you are citing an example. They've threat, and I've said I have not seen any video that they've threatened. I have not personally. I have not seen any video threatening the life of the president. The video I saw.
I'll show it to you.
The video I saw was the one they misquoted the person. The person said this one. The gods should kill. I don't want to justify. The gods should do something.
How about the one that the woman was claiming that the president
even if it is true, cows. Even if it is true that they said the god should kill the president or whatever, these are the same people in opposition. They were singing in demonstration that God should kill President Akufo-Addo, God should kill Vice President Bawumia. Those people, were they arrested during the demonstration that they were threatening the life of the president? So sometimes you claim to be a democratic Congress, meanwhile you are never democratic. You are citing instances of this one, Captain Smart. Captain Smart refused the invitation. He refused the invitation of security agencies. And for that matter, what do you expect to happen? If you have been invited by security agencies and you don't show up as a citizen, what do you expect to happen?
So you see, I don't want to be like, one of those journalists that speak without evidence. So in May 2026, Akosia Sewa Amenat was being taken by the police because he threatened the life of the president, current president John Dramani Mahama. He threatened his life and allegedly incited others to humble the president and the first lady. Then also Kamela Al Hassan and that was June 10, 2026. She also threatened the president and then said the president plus the NDC buried 32 cows as part of rituals to secure victory in 2024 general elections. And with that, she was sentenced to 1 year in prison for offensive conduct. Then we have David Pratt, a fool, who also said, went viral on TikTok live stream to say that threatening the president for the president to be killed, including some members of parliament and other government officials. We have Priscilla Asong, who also condemned.
You are saying you are giving facts,
yes,
but so far you've been able to quote one of the statement they've been able to make.
One of which statement?
You've perfectly quoted the 32 cows.
Whatever they did.
No. You cited a whole lot of stories without quoting.
Listen.
It will be appreciable if you quoted.
Listen.
Right now you've quoted something, so let me deal with it.
Listen, wait first. I won't sit here and allow you make it look as if I don't know what I'm sitting here to do.
You are saying you are without quoting. Because I've told you I've not heard.
I'm telling you what happened.
You are citing that they threatened the president.
Listen, don't make it
actually did they say?
You see, do you know the problem in this country? Politicians sometimes forgo the reality that is happening here.
No.
Tell me that you didn't see this going on.
You said someone has threatened the president.
Listen,
what actually did the person say?
They threatened. So that is what I read to you. They threatened the life of the president. That the president and the wife should be beaten. So what else do you want me to say?
Fast forward.
Listen. What else do you want me to say? I want to know. Explain
I have
further.
Personally not seen those videos.
You've not seen those videos.
Where they've threatened the life of the president.
You've not seen those videos where they threatened the life
I've
of
not
the
seen
president.
those.
Right here in Ghana.
Personally, I've not seen.
So you're trying to tell me that I'm a liar?
I'm not saying you're a liar. The fact that
say?
I've not seen doesn't make you a liar.
No, yeah. So I want to know.
So fast forward.
I've given you the evidence.
Let me build my point. Let me build my point.
What is being said?
Let me build my point. You've given your facts. Let me speak. Can I speak?
Seconds.
This one, these are the same political party that did worse in opposition, and if the same food is being given to you to eat, you are now vomiting it out. You can't do worse. You can't run down everybody in this country. Malik Basintali said Baumia pork. You created a picture by putting the head of a pig into the hands of the then vice president. Were you arrested? Then no. Sami Jenfi peddled the falsehood that Dr. Baumia owns up to. Was he arrested? No. You people did worse in opposition. You did worse to everybody in this country. You were being tolerated with all these things, and you come into power, telling the Ghanaian people about reset. You come and you are doing either the same or the worst of which the FPL government was doing. You can't claim to be a reset government when you claim that when you are being voted into power, you repeal the publication of falsehood into our laws. You've not done that. You should be asking them that whatever they oppose in opposition, why is it that they are doing same or they are doing worse of whatever they oppose in opposition? You can't come and sit here as though this is the first time the life of a president have been threatened. President Akufo-Addo.
So what are you trying to say? That we should take it normal when the life of a president is.
That's why earlier I told you that I'm not here to condone all those things.
Because do you remember Bongo Ideas once said something about the first lady and he was being picked up.
And I'm saying I'm not here to condone all those statements as you are claiming it to be.
I'm claiming.
Because I've not seen
factual.
It.
You've not seen instance where Bongo Ideas said something about the first lady and he was being picked up by the police.
That's why I'm saying that whatever statement that they've made, as in threatening or insults to officials,
it's normal. So we should take it like that.
I said I'm not here to condone those things.
Okay, all right.
That they are wrong. They are wrong things that they did, which morally not correct. But you can insult to the president is not criminal. There are certain facts that must be established.
Insult to the president is
insult
not criminal.
To the president is not criminal in our laws.
Do you remember
the fact that morally they are not right?
Students who spoke against President Akufo-Addo and they were asked to be dismissed from school. Did you hear that?
I heard it.
Okay.
At the end of the day, the president intervened. The president intervened by telling the headmaster then to make the students come back. At the end of the day, he was a president that tolerated all those insults that was meted out to him. He tolerated it. Though it was awful, morally not right, but it's not criminal
So
to insult a president.
President Mahama should tolerate it.
He should tolerate it. He said he's a democratic leader.
Okay.
He said he's coming to reset. He's coming to
up.
tolerate the democratic principles of this country. So you should be a president that will tolerate. So the MPP is going on a demonstration whereby the decent views, opposition voices are being silenced with this state institution under the guise of publication of falsehood.
Okay.
If you are a democratic party, a democratic congress, be ready to tolerate opposing views, even if they are not in your favor.
Okay.
Nobody can speak into your favor. Nobody will praise you. Definitely people will criticize you. Be ready to accept criticisms. That's what the government must do.
Okay. Mr. Benson, is our democracy really under attack? Our time is up, so
our democracy can never be under attack.
Thank you.
Yeah. I've sat here for almost an hour and then he has been fabricating lies, contradicting himself. And I don't know whether he is very much aware that he is contradicting himself. But you see, when I look at, in fact, when I heard about the MPP's demonstration, I asked myself that they call themselves a new patriotic party. Are they really patriotic? That's the question I asked myself. Are they really patriotic? Before we started this whole show, you made mention that one of the reasons why you are in black was what? Was why?
Yeah, because of the 8 gallant men.
Because of the 8 gallant men whose Memorial Day are being celebrated
today
at the UPSA Kofi Ohene Kunedu Auditorium. As patriotic citizens, as a patriotic political party, they claim they are. They were supposed to gather all the MPP sympathizers to partake in this memorial ceremony. Because these 8 gallant men did not die for NDC. They died for the whole Ghana.
They died for a reason.
They died for a reason by fine. And that reason that he is now asking me, or he is now claiming, is that the reason for stopping Galamsey. And that Galamsey fight is being held because of the good people of Ghana. You and I. So if I said they died for Ghana, I'm not saying that they didn't die. They died for no reason. They died for a reason. They died for all of us. As patriotic as they claim they are, they call themselves that the elephant is a winning symbol. If elephant is a winning symbol must be a patriotic symbol. They were supposed to assemble all their MPP sympathizers at the Kofi Ohene Kunedu Auditorium at UPSA. But what is happening today? They have rather gathered innocent people who don't even know why they are going on a demonstration, that our democracy is being attacked, calling so many names as selective justices and co. Now, let me come back to the main thing. You see, there is no law, there is no authority that stops demonstration in Ghana, unlike some other countries. Some other countries restrict demonstrations. Even in some of our, I think in our handbooks in schools, it restricts demonstrations. Okay, but this country, this constitution has given the right to every citizen to undergo a demonstration. Now, the both of us can go on a demonstration because you are wearing black. Nobody will arrest us. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
The both of, we can organize people to go on a demonstration for you to, for this radio station to be evacuated from this place. Nobody will ask us any question. We have the right. But you see, the right that you must have must be followed by your moral values, your ethics, your conduct. Why are they undergoing, why are they organizing this demonstration? Because they feel like they have been cheated. You see, when I look at the MPP, I see that they are washing their own dirty linens outside. They are not supposed to wash their dirty linens outside. We were in this country when Ralph spoke about the 58 billion, about the National Cathedral.
Yeah, 58.
Thank you. And he was arrested for speaking the truth. When Vomawo and co and this same Ralph went on a peaceful demonstration, they were apprehended. They were detained. They were sent to trials. The NDC didn't say they were doing selective justice. These were innocent people who were trying to fight for the good people of Ghana. And the MPP, through the president, the former president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, made sure that these guys were arrested. Why? And now, look at the case of Wontumi. What Wontumi has done to this country, what Wontumi has done to you and I, making himself rich and putting you and our lives into danger. Do you expect Wontumi to go scot-free? Do you expect Wontumi for destroying our forests, for destroying our water bodies? You expect Wontumi to go to walk out scot-free? Hey, bruh, that's how you are. And you are saying that Sedinam Tamakulu has been acquainted and she's not supposed to be acquainted, or she's not supposed to be set free. Let's ask ourselves, when did the extradition of Sedinam Tamakulu start? When did it start? It started when this same MPP government was in power. Because of their hypocrisy, they were not able to bring Sedinam Tamakulu to Ghana for her to face the law. But when President Mahama came, he said, whichever resource that we are going to spend to make sure that Sedinam is in this country or comes back to this country, we are going to spend it, and she's going to face the court of law. And indeed, the president honored his promise by making sure that this woman comes back to the country to account for whatever accusations and allegations that have been raised against her. She went through, and the court said she's not guilty. There's no much evidence against her. So she was acquitted. Now you see, this is one of the first times that this government, the NDC, that a sitting government and an opposition, political party have come to an agreement or have agreed on one thing. The government is saying that the judgment of Sedinam Tamakulu of not being guilty is wrong. They don't understand. So they are going for an appeal. And the NPP also believes that Sedinam being acquitted is not the right thing to do. So you see that now when you look at the whole scenario, the sitting government, which is the NDC government, and then the NPP political party have agreed on one thing. Yes, we have all. No. Listen, the government has agreed that. No. I am not forcing. No, you believe that. You believe that. No, so he believes that. No. Your party. Okay, fine. The NPP party. Your party believes that. Your party believes that Sedinam does not deserve to be set free, and the sitting government also believes that yes, it is true. Sedinam does not deserve to be set free. That is why the Attorney General said he's going for an appeal. Who is the Attorney General? Who is he representing? The Attorney General is representing you and I. The Attorney General is representing the government. Do you understand me?
Yeah, please conclude for me.
The Attorney General is representing the government. So the NPP political party and then the sitting government believes that the setting free of Sedinam Tamakulu is not right. Now, why are you going on a demonstration again? Is it because of Wontumi? And you see, the NPP is not patriotic. Because if NPP were to be patriotic, let's forget about observing the Memorial Day of the 8th gallant men. With what Wontumi has done, putting our lives in jeopardy, you expect this guy, or you expect the court to set Wontumi free. And you see, what the NPP is trying to insinuate here is that the president or the executive is interfering into the jurisdictions of the judiciary. That is what they are trying to insinuate. And the NPP has nothing to offer the good people of Ghana. Okay. Yesterday, watching one of their their national youth organizers parent, he was making some flimsy. If the NDC take 200 of our women, we are also going to take 500 of their women. What are women for? Well, like, why should he even be making such statements? They don't have any policy. They don't have any campaign message, because whatever campaign message that they have, this current government is already doing it.
Okay.
So, in fact, they don't have anything to offer the good people of Ghana.
Okay.
And I want to say my last words. My last words. I want to use this opportunity to inform Ghanaians the good people. Listen, you are interjecting.
No,
I've just asked for 1 minute.
I've taken. You see, my producer
I have
is
just
here.
I've just asked for 1 minute, my brother. I've just asked for 1 minute, please. My my brother.
Even if it is 1 second, I'll still utilize.
I've just asked for 1 minute. My 1 minute hasn't started yet.
Hey, 1 minute.
He interjected. No, he interjected. He interjected.
My producer is
He
here. My time
interjected.
is up.
He interjected.
He's waiting for
Thank
me
you.
for the
Oh,
next
my brother.
No, it's okay.
Please stop
It's
interjecting
okay.
me.
One
Please,
word.
yeah.
Just one word.
So I want to tell the good people of Ghana that they should have confidence in this government. And this government is going to make sure that everybody will be fine in this country. I'm telling you, everybody will be fine, including the MPP people. Yeah.
Amen. Thank you.
No, you want to respond?
1 second.
1 second.
Just one word.
Just one word.
Democracy is under attack, and we call on all Ghanaians to them, because if today you are saying it is the MPP, so we deserve for you to suppress our views.
Why are you
we
going
deserve
on a demonstration?
today it is us. Tomorrow it will be you.
Because
so we call on all Ghanaians to join. And you are saying Wontumi was not jailed because of Galamsey, and it's an established fact.
Don't listen to what he said. Just give.
He's trying to make me explain my so don't worry. So I'll tell the Ghanaian people that this government, they should still hold them to.
So I want to commend the Nooks president for the good work.
I'm giving a shout out to Morrison. Yeah, Morrison. I'm giving a shout out to Ohene Day, my boss. So.
Okay. So that's how we end it on the second segment of the breakfast show. You heard from Bensesena Morgan, Deputy Communication Officer hopeful for the NDC at Domikwabenya constituency, and you also heard from Raphael Apeti, MPP commentator. I am Deborah Addo, so thank you so much for sticking tuned to us. Meet you same time tomorrow. Bye.
Wake up, Ghana, your morning star, right? Lose views,